And our next run is ready, so let's go over to Etchy with Pokemon Let's Go any %. Stage is yours. Good luck.
All right, hello and welcome everybody to the best speedrun game ever of all time. It's Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee. We have a bunch of bid wars to decide what we're actually going to be doing here. There's a lot to talk about with this run, a lot to go over. We're going to try to not talk about it until we actually get into the run, get all the bid war stuff settled. But I am Etchy. Joining me is
Corvimae. Hello, I used to run this game.
and
my name is Razor. I also actually run this game.
all right, and I will need to know what version we are actually running. Did we get the tie settled?
Teehee.
Yes, the tie has been settled
Okay.
by a bid of 206 to 151.
Okay.
We will be playing Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
All right.
Yes.
All right. I will also need all the name incentives now as well.
Okay, the hero will be Giovanni, capital G.
And then, is it still Fuhugods?
For the rival, yes,
Okay.
it is.
Cool. And then for the starter Pokemon, we still have a couple minutes, so get your last minute donations in for the starter nickname, which will be Eevee now. But yeah, so much to go over with this game. I'm going to do the countdown in just a second here. As soon as this really long intro that we always have to sit through is over.
Yep.
And I will try to enter names quickly.
Ooh, that was
Oh,
fly.
boy.
All right, so we'll do the timer in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you, thank you. All right, this is Pokemon Let's Go Eevee version. Different from Pikachu version,
that's
as you
what
can
that
see
is.
there. Like I said, there's so many different mechanics in this run compared to a lot of normal Pokemon speedruns. This is the Pokemon speedrun that is most equivalent to a randomizer, honestly. It's really weird how it kind of plays out. It's so unique and different, and I will gladly gush about all the things that make this speedrun wonderful throughout the next 3 hours with you all. But first up, I have to go put in these names. So I believe the hero is Giovanni, so I'm going to put that in. Shout out using a keyboard
You
on
can
your
do that?
on your Nintendo Switch.
Oh
you can
my
do
God,
that.
goodness.
As soon as I saw this Fuhugods, I was like, I gotta put the keyboard
Whoever
in.
donated this, I had to train him on how to say that. I made him watch Everybody to the Limit an hour ago.
It look right? That looks right.
That is right.
Awesome. All right. Cool. So yeah, last minute chances to get your Eevee donations in, but. Yeah, I've been running this game for almost 5 years now, which is ridiculous to think about. This was my first Pokemon speedrun, and since then I've run almost every generation of Pokemon that has been released since then. I love the speedrun to death. I think it's the greatest speedrun of all time. I think it's my favorite Pokemon speedrun. It's easily the best. Nothing else compares, but
Don't
we're gonna
disagree.
start. Yeah, we're gonna start with some general, normal Pokemon speedrun stuff, and then it's gonna get very abnormal very quick. So, gonna set some options here. We have been isekai'd into the world of Pokemon. Our character is gaining consciousness and sentience.
And then
for the first
immediately
time.
it's just like, okay, I guess I gotta do regular Pokemon stuff now.
I am now a Pokemon.
No?
I am now a Pokemon trainer.
Yes.
Shout out the square monitor. That is apparently normal in this world. And a lot of other... like, when you run this game so much, you just can notice all the weird environmental artworks, and I'll point them out during the run. The square monitor is my favorite. As a gaming computer, though, has a little window. Big fan.
Well, that's pretty close to the Game Boy Color's resolution, if you think about it.
Not wrong.
So, Razor, how would you generally describe how this run works?
So Let's Go's very different from pretty much any other Pokemon run, because most runs, you're just simply going to get through the Elite Four as fast as you can. We're going to do the same thing here, but difference is every gym has a simple requirement in order to get into the gym, which we will go over as we get to the gyms.
Yeah, notably, the thing that changes the entire run drastically, if it isn't Giovanni, that's so weird.
That is weird.
The thing that changes it drastically is that Koga, in particular, has a gym requirement where you have to have 50 Pokemon registered in your Pokédex. So that no other gym leader has any kind of... Well, there is some catch requirements, but we wouldn't do those unless Koga also had his gym requirement. So we basically just catch a ton of Pokemon in the run. And we're going to get our starter Pokemon here, Eevee. Eevee is really good. I threw it a little early. Broken Pokemon. And as you just noticed, there's motion controls in this game, too.
Yes, there are.
I love the Switch.
Yes, this is the part that most casual players do not like, and it is the thing
Where's
that all
your Pokeball
speedrunners
Plus?
deal with. I do not have the Pokeball Plus accessory, unfortunately. But yeah, we have to catch a bunch of Pokemon, and we have to do motion controls to use that. And we should also close the naming incentive in about 30 seconds. So last call. But The motion controls are very funky, but once you like get it, it's really straightforward, really simple. The problem is sometimes the game does not cooperate. Sometimes the game is like, oh, you didn't mean to throw it that
We've
way.
all played a game on the Wii, and sometimes you swing the Wiimote and it does something weird. That can happen
Yeah,
here.
this is reminding me I should like move my Switch console to be like direct line of sight with the controller so that it actually picks up the motion controls. But we're going to go get that Eevee right now, and I'm going to be able to name it, so I will need the name.
All right, just give me a moment to refresh that. The name will be Bob Ninja. No
Bob
space,
Ninja.
capital B, capital N.
You got it. Bob Ninja O'Clock. Now, for the Eevee and for your starter in general, whether you're doing Eevee or Pikachu, you're looking for specific natures, but you're really just looking for something that isn't a bad nature, and I'll explain what that means as soon as I name Bob Ninja.
God, the keyboard is actually unreal.
It's broken. It's
so
an
good.
Unreal Marathon speedrun tech. So we're going to just go ahead and check what my nature is. If it's a bad nature, I'm still going to run it anyway. It's fine. Careful is bad. Oh, boy.
Lovely.
Okay, it's not that bad. It's only minus special attack. If it was minus attack, you're really sad. Careful nature is minus special attack, minus special defense. Typically with EDV version, you're looking for not minus attack, not minus special attack, and not minus speed. But
Minus special attack plus special defense.
yeah, is that what I said?
No, you said they're both minus.
Oh, it feels like they're both minus with being minus special attack.
So what that does is the special attack stat will always be decreased by 10%, and the special defense stat will be increased by 10%. Unfortunately, that sucks because there are only 3 stats that we largely care about in Pokemon speedrunning in most cases, and they are attack, special attack, and speed. And any of them going down tends to be bad.
Yeah, and it's important to note too, these aren't your average everyday Eevee or Pikachu starters. In these games, they're boosted to have much higher stats than normal because they can't evolve. So this Eevee's going to be an Eevee for the rest of the run, and
My
that also
favorite
means
trait of Eevee, can't evolve.
it also means that we're not going to be using Eevee the entire time. We're going to be switching Pokemon here and there, and we'll sweep the end of the game with a different Pokemon that we'll talk about when we get there. But for now, I have to go do a little errand for Oak. And while we do this errand, if you have anything for us, Stump, let us know.
All right, well, I have some donations.
Perfect.
We have WF Beard with a $25 donation saying, last donation from me. Once again, I thank the staff, runners, and always cute chat for making this work week feel less like work. And to all those that struggle with their own issues, you aren't alone. Big hugs from North Dakota. And we have a $5 donation from Sil saying, Etchy, how much plot armor are you wearing today? Asking for the leaderboard mods.
Well, I got minus special attacks, so I don't think
it's going to happen.
I was saying to my community too, spoiler for what's going to happen at the very end of the run, but this will be a world premiere of some new skips, specifically new setups for skips that we have known about before and we have done before, but now they're basically save a minute over the current strats. So I was like, oh, there's actually a chance I could world record in this marathon run. And then I was like, oh, wait, I have to put on the Team Rocket outfit halfway through the run. Maybe not. Maybe that's not going to happen.
But minus special attack will carry us through, trust.
Yeah, totally. So, sure, yeah. My special attack actually does not matter until like way later anyway, but it will be annoying. But this is our rival, Fahook.
That should be yours.
I know, that should be my starter.
Fahuga Gods.
Fahuga Gods.
Come on.
He has a Pikachu. He becomes a Raichu. He can evolve his starter because I guess that's fair. But this fight's very straightforward. I got not the awful RNG where he just spams Growl and then you have to 4-shot instead of 2 to 3-shot, but totally fine, normal fight. We're going to get into the Pokemon catching really soon here once we get into Viridian Forest.
You're just going to catch a Wumbo Chansey, right?
Not in Viridian Forest, but yeah.
So this is the first game that has overworld encounters.
Yeah.
So you might have noticed that, look, there's all those Bellsprout just walking around. They're not Odysseus in this game. It's so weird to me. Which means that a lot of the in older Pokemon games, random encounters, you can lose a lot of time to random encounters. You keep your Pels up the entire game. We don't have to worry about in this game. You just have to make sure you don't walk into stuff.
Yeah, or they just don't randomly
spawn on you. Because,
yeah.
The way that the spawn system works is they can just spawn under you sometimes, which essentially is a random encounter. It's just way less likely.
Yeah, it's really awesome. Now, if you're wondering why didn't I just catch the Bellsprout or Pidgeys there or whatever, there's a lot of logic and strategy to how we approach our 50 catch requirement to enter Koga's gym. basically, you want to maximize the amount of evolutions you do and minimize the amount of catches, generally speaking. You want to do things like catch Caterpie or Weedle because it's only one catch. However, they evolve twice each. So it's effectively one catch for 3 Pokemon. And you also want to evolve them. You want to catch them at the highest level possible. I could catch a Caterpie at level 3 before the forest, but ideally, sometimes it's worth it to catch it, but ideally I catch it in the forest after I use this thing called a lure, which boosts everything's level. After I use that lure in order to catch at level 7, that way it just evolves much faster. Because the way this game works is unlike Sword Shield or Scarlet Violet, level ups happen one at a time. So if I have a Pokemon that goes from level 5 to level 20, I am waiting about a second and a half for every single level up. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's an annoying, not quality of life feature that they didn't implement yet, but it also makes the speedrun like way more balanced and interesting.
This run would be like 40 minutes if you don't play
It would probably not be that short.
No, not that short.
But yeah, it is kind of interesting how this run's only like an hour longer than Pokemon Red/Blue, or Yellow is the actual comparison. This game is a Yellow remake mixed with Pokemon Go mechanics, if you couldn't tell by the Pokemon Go-esque catching. But it's only like an hour longer than it. Even though you are catching 50 Pokemon, and that's just because the game's pretty fast and a lot of the fights are pretty fast.
For a game where you have to catch a bunch of Pokemon, it is shorter than its comparable category, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Elite Four Round 2.
This is true, yeah.
Significantly.
You also do more catches, and there's like annoying RNG with some of the catches, and you do more story.
And you do more story in that game. There is more going, or longer going on in that game.
Yeah, if you've seen Round 2, it's very similar in style to how this run operates. I would say this run is just less annoying.
Yeah.
True.
Overworld encounters really add a lot to like not having to sit there and grind random encounters until you get the one thing you need, because you could just run into the one thing you need. And we're going to be doing some tricks to help make reset encounters better later as well.
Yeah, and speaking of tricks that we're going to see after this next battle, you can cheat in this game legally. It's called summoning a second player just out of nowhere by shaking a second Joy-Con.
I believe you mean the support trainer?
The support trainer. Hi, Pikachu. I will go ahead and catch you now, actually.
That's
'cause
actually
I
a
am
really
on-
good catch.
Both of them.
Depending on what level this is, we could do a cool strat here. It is very low level.
Perfect.
I shouldn't have asked this. But
Now, this Pikachu is tiny, as you can clearly see by its model.
I'm gonna push that. Great.
Large, and so Pokemon can be large or tiny, or extremely large or extremely tiny, but you don't know that until you catch it. And essentially, it just means it's worth more experience when you catch it. I think it's double.
We literally looked at
We
this
looked at this.
before.
I believe it's double.
I think it's 1.5.
It's 1.5.
No, it's,
I think. Is it?
Yeah, no, it's 2x. It's 2x.
Oh, it is
2x, and it's 4, and it's
2x.
another 4x if it's supersized.
Yeah, supersize is the thing that may or may not happen in this run, but there's a 10% chance that a glowing Pokemon is either super huge or super tiny. In that case, they give way more experience, and its experience is really good in this run, so there's a lot of randomness for stuff like that. For example, my Eevee, any percent no mount skip world record, gets a supersized Chansey on Route 6 and jumps 10 levels. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
And wasted like 3 minutes.
And
on
it was
that.
really slow because we got all the level ups. But that's another thing to point out too. Is this specifically any percent? We're doing these things at the end of this run called mount skips. I'll talk about it and explain it way later in the run, so don't worry about it for now. But it is different from the more popular any percent no mount skip categories. Don't run at me, Bellsprout. That scared me. And that's the category where I have played more, and most people have played more of. This category nowadays, this category plays exactly the same until the last hour, basically, and there's very minor changes. So I'm going to go ahead and deposit. You can deposit anywhere in this game. Very convenient.
First game to let you do that too?
Yeah, you have to do a lot of party management in this game to effectively not lose all your time. So I'm going to look for some Pokemon here. That
There you go.
Caterpie's
Glowing
perfect.
Caterpie is really good.
So
We're
now,
gonna start with
because
this.
we've used the lure, as mentioned before, all the Pokemon that spawn will be one level higher than the maximum level they could normally spawn in the area. So normally I believe they're 2 to 6 here, but they'll all be 7 because we lured them.
Yeah, and I just use a raspberry there. That's just a item you can throw at a Pokemon to increase the catch rate by about 12%.
Raspberries are bad, and that's because it is optimal to just not have them break out, right?
Yeah, so that was an 88%
I truly believe this.
ish. I failed. That one worked because it was less likely to get in. I love this game. But yeah, we learned the catch formula in this game a couple years ago thanks to Anubis for doing a bunch of research on it. And it changed a lot of how we played this game. We can talk about that more later too. But now we actually know catch rates and stuff, which is really nice. And I would really like another Pokemon.
Well, it could be another Caterpie.
That works. Bellsprout's fine here. I might just not get a Weedle. We'll see how this goes. So I'm going to go ahead and catch this Bellsprout. This Bellsprout's important for 2 reasons. 1, I need the experience. And then 2, I need a grass Pokemon or a water Pokemon in order to enter Brock's gym. That is Brock's gym leader requirement, like we were talking about earlier. However, there are no water Pokemon you can get at this point in the game. So you just need a grass Pokemon. It's either Bellsprout or Oddish if you're playing Pikachu version, or Bulbasaur is a rare spawn here. Could get that.
When we say rare spawn, that means it's 0.5% to spawn. Although there are ways you can make those rare spawns guaranteed almost.
There's a whole mechanic about chaining catches, and that increases the chance of rare spawns actually pretty drastically.
Yes.
But you have to like catch anywhere between like 11 to 31 in a row, which is very slow. But Diploma used to do it. I don't remember if it still does.
Diploma, I don't know if it does. AOP, I know does.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But yeah, I'm going to do it in the trainer fight. Hopefully I get a Weedle or Kakuna. If I don't get one like soon, I might have to wait a little bit, which I don't really want to do. I can gamble on getting a Weedle on Route 2. It's a 10% spawn, which I'd prefer to just not have. I prefer to just catch it now.
Actually,
and
no,
not have to worry
Diploma
about
does.
it. But I'm going to go
Pikachu Diploma does.
does. I should double check if that was a Weedle. I'm not sure. But while I'm doing this fight, if there's anything you got for a stump, go for it.
All right, I do have some things. First, I wanted to mention some other incentives we have coming up later in this run. For beating green, we are at $1,277 out of $3,000 for that. And for wearing the Team Rocket outfit, we are at $565 out of $1,000 for that. So if you want to see those things happen, be sure to put your donations toward those while you're on the donation screen.
Oh yeah, that was Weedle. Let's go.
And speaking of donations, we have a $5 donation from Jay Taos saying, well, if it isn't Etchy, good luck on the run, and may the cadence and archers be ever in your favor.
Thank you.
And $10.
Thank you, JT.
$10 from Sandy Beach IRL saying, Pikachu.
I wish.
This is Eevee, unfortunately.
Well, we do have a Pikachu. Well, you put it in the box.
We do have a Pikachu.
We
That
do.
is true. But yeah,
Make sure you get donations in for both of those incentives.
Yes.
We need to have the Rocket outfit, or else Giovanni is like non-canonical.
Yeah, it doesn't
Right?
make any sense if we don't get that Rocket outfit.
My
You have
immersion is
until-
ruined.
You have until about the hour 20-minute mark for that one. I get the Team Rocket outfit in the Rocket hideout, and then I'll put it on. Not just my character, by the way, that'll also go on the Eevee. So if you want to see dripped
It's
out
really
Eevee,
cute. It's really cute.
it's very,
I
very
also
good.
want to hear everyone's donations for their favorite Pokemon.
Of course. I need to sneakily maneuver through
I bet none of
these.
you
There
can
we go.
donate and guess mine.
I have no idea. Oh my gosh. Look at
No clue.
So I got double kick there. Very important that both Eevee and Pikachu learn double kick so they can actually stand a chance against the one and only. I can get Rattata here. That's fine. Against the one and only Brock coming up here soon. However, Pikachu version does just use Oddish to get through the Brock fight. I'll be using Eevee. I'm going to hope
Oddish
that
is
this
so
Rattata
good.
cooperates. Please attack
Really
me.
is.
Now, you want to make sure. So the 3 rankings you can get on a catch are nice, good,
Great.
nice, great, and excellent. And the level of multiplier for your entire experience gain increases based on how small the circle was, just like Pokemon Go. Actually, Pokemon Go is like a little different, but same concept. I believe an excellent is a 1.5.
Correct.
And then also, if you catch it on the first ball thrown, that is another 1.5.
Excellence 2.
Excellence 2?
Yeah, it's
1.5. It's 2, 1.5, 1.25.
1.25, yeah.
Not 1.5, 1.25, 1.1.
Yeah.
I always get those flipped. Yeah, and then you also want to get the 1.5 multiplier on getting the first ball. Now, there's more RNG inherent to that one because sometimes they just don't get in the ball and there's nothing you can do about it.
And also,
like the Caterpie.
when you're at like world record level, you're just going to be throwing fast a lot of the time and just kind of hoping they don't attack. And sometimes they just attack, but it's okay. And then you just throw it again, and then you do lose the experience, but you can route around that when you have enough experience in this game, and it's totally fine.
You'll also notice that we're unspawning the support trainer a lot, and that is because if the support trainer is out, you just get to do 2-on-1 double battles, which you think would be good, and it is good. We do it a lot, but it is also slower than just doing a single fight because there's more menus you have to go through.
Yeah, if it doesn't save like normal, like total amount of turns, it's generally not worth doing.
Yeah.
Some situational scenarios where it is worth it to do that, like we changed the strats a long time ago now, where we're used to one controller some of the rival fights on Eevee version, and now we don't. And just 2 controller them instead because it makes the shopping way cleaner because we don't have to buy like X feed or guard specs or stuff like that.
Yep. namely Rival 3 on the boat.
Yeah, boat rival, the classic. But now it is time to fight Brock. I gotta show my. I forgot where the Bellsprout is. There.
You
Gonna show
can
my
pick the wrong
Bellsprout.
Pokemon and get kicked out.
Yes,
It's
he will
very-
kick you out.
It is very funny.
I was very close to doing that. 'Cause I forgot I caught the Weedle last, so I was about to click the bottom slot. but-
Everyone's favorite category extension, kicked by Brock.
So this is Brock. I'm just going to spam double kick. I'm also going to use tail whip to lower the defense of the Onyx. And that is basically the entire fight. That's how this works. So while I'm doing this, I can kind of just explain what's going to go on after this point, because there's a bunch of catching and other things and some more strategy stuff. So I'm going to be going into my first shop of the run after this. I'm going to be buying a lot of stuff. We'll be buying X items, which are the lifeblood of Pokemon speedruns, and they're just as good and broken in this one as they are in other runs, except they are turbo broken
They're
because
so unreal good in this game.
they are Gen 7 X items, so now they boost by 2 stages instead of 1, which basically just means 1 X item doubles your stat straight up. Oh, I dodged the rock throw. Let's go.
But they keep the Gen 1 prices.
Yes, so they are super cheap and work perfectly with the amount of money we have. We can buy a lot of them. We're actually going to buy only 2 here, but we'll buy a lot more later. It basically means we only have to shop 3 times in the entire run, which is super nice and very time efficient. But that is Brock. Easy peasy.
1 down.
1 down, 8 to go. And it looks like my special attack is in fact really bad.
There's 7 to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
whatever.
So the other thing that you may have noticed is during level ups, you're going to get what is called an Eevee, which is a +1 to any stat, generally speaking at random, although your characteristic and your plus nature has an effect on that.
Yeah, so I believe the characteristic was alert to sounds, which means I'm more likely to get speed AVs. My nature is careful, which again, plus special defense minus special attack, which means I am guaranteed to get 0 special attack AVs, which is great, which means my special attack's literally minimum for the entire run. And I am more likely to get special defense AVs, which are almost completely useless. So, really good Eevee we got here, but I'm going to go do that shopping now. The awakening values are a very good kind of variance factor for the run, and it also just means sometimes you get runs where you get all your 30 AVs in attack, which give you ridiculous attack, and you just kind of randomly save a lot of time.
And if you're playing at home, all of those are determined when the Pokemon is made, so you can't save
Correct.
from it.
Yep.
And they will repeat
It's not Fire
every
Emblem.
10 levels. So whatever AV you got at level 5 will be the exact same you get at level 15, level 25, and so on.
Doing some more shopping here. And then I'm just going to run through the next route. If I see an Ekans or even a rare Charmander, that would be awesome, and then I go catch them. I'm going to go buy a Magikarp from a guy for 500 Pokédollars, which sounds like a scam. However, that Magikarp is basically one of the fastest Pokemon you get in the entire game because you don't have to catch it, you just buy it. So we're going to buy that, and then we'll get into Mount Moon. But Stump, if you have anything for us, now is a good time.
All right. Now, I have some donations. We've got $150 from Sanjan saying, sheesh.
Sheesh. Thank you, Sanjo.
We also have $20 from Profness. Oh, this message contains the rival name. I'm never going to get this right.
Google gods.
We got you.
Everybody break the limit. Everybody break the limit. Everybody come on.
Oh.
Thanks so
So
much
good.
for the donations.
Perfect.
I did not put that together.
Yeah, that's smart. The pun. There's a Chansey, by the way. We would like to see those in Mount Moon, which we're about to enter in a second. Mount Moon,
Outrageous 500. That can't be worth it.
outrageous. We're about to enter Mount Moon, aka Zubat Land. I'm trying to look for a Clefairy, a Zubat, but I don't really want a Zubat. I actually want to catch a Zubat later.
Yeah,
but
I was
sometimes
like-
you still catch it. Again, very situational. There's a lot of strategy involved with these catches. Sometimes, usually when you catch Zubat, it's just when it runs into you. Yeah, that was Meowth. And look, Jesse and James
Whoa!
from the
Meowth,
anime.
Meowth doesn't talk in this game, and it legitimately lowers its score by a point for me. It is
Yeah.
my least favorite part about this game. They should let Meowth talk. Sign my petition.
In the flavor of Pokemon Yellow Remake, Jesse and James are in this game. We're going to fight them a couple extra times. They are sometimes scary, sometimes totally fine. I'm going to do a quick menu here. Do a little bit of depositing, nothing too major.
Yeah, as mentioned before, because of the whole thing where every Pokemon gains levels individually, we really don't want Pokemon in our party gaining levels if it doesn't provide any value to us.
Yep.
Yep.
And we also make sure we have room for our other Pokemon that come in if we do want them to gain levels, which
Yeah.
we actually don't really care about anything we're going to catch here gaining levels. I'm actually just going to be primarily focusing on our Eevee and our Bellsprout once the Butterfree and Beedrill are done and out of the party. I'm going to keep the Bellsprout all the way to level 21 so it evolves, which is one of those things that was also only became a strat like a couple years ago. I taught Headbutt there, by the way, from Brock. Shout out Brock. But
Which actually happens to be one reason why Eevee is so powerful so early, because Headbutt is a 70 base power move, but also gets Stab, being a normal type Pokemon, which boosts the attack by 1.5.
Yep. Yeah, so
Yeah, why
Headbutt,
does Brock
really
just
good.
give you a normal move?
No idea.
He's a nice guy because he knows we can't learn Rock Throw. He knows nothing we can catch in the first 20 minutes learns Rock Throw.
You could get, in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, Geodude's
yeah,
after.
that's true. That's true.
But yeah, so the Bellsprout, we keep it, even though, like I said earlier, we don't want to have things level up a bunch. Bellsprout obviously will take 10 levels to evolve. The reason we keep it is because we want to make sure we can always two-controller stuff and make sure we can two-controller every catch for basically the entire game. It saves a lot of time and a lot of headaches if you just guarantee the two-controller catches. So, but yeah, I'm looking for Fairy, Geodude, Paris in particular. I would love to see a Chansey. Clefable would also love to see it, although it might randomly tank the run. If I see an Onix, I will reluctantly catch it. And hopefully, I'm also just going to not catch anything here unless something rare spawns.
I love early Onix. It's so good.
Early Onix is really good, especially for those of us who run AOP, which is the single player catch 'em all.
All pinnable Pikachus. We only got one.
All available Pikachus.
Doing a little trick here. I'm going to pick up the Moonstone. I think I came early enough where I can potentially get 2. Oh, there.
Yeah!
I love how we were just talking about it too.
I got to go. Oh, okay, never mind.
Perfect.
Everything's here.
Mostly.
So I need to exit out this tutorial. I need to equip the Great Balls. I also need to shake in the second controller.
Great
And it
balls
worked out great,
Increase your
'cause it
chance of
attacked.
catching.
Perfect.
For the longest time, we thought that the ball used by the support trainer didn't matter. Turns
Yeah.
out it matters a lot.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So literally for the first 2 years of running this game, or first 3 years, I guess,
Yeah.
everyone was just playing this game suboptimally. And the reason why we were all baited by it is because the game doesn't change the color of the circle depending on like your combined catch rate of both balls. It just takes the highest ball. So there's an Ultra Ball, then you have this color, or there's a Great Ball is your highest ball level, then it's this color. So we just didn't know until Anubis figured it out for us and made the run so much more consistent. Also made AOP and Diploma infinitely better.
Significantly better.
Like,
Now you can catch Zapdos in a reasonable amount of balls. Wow.
before that,
Can you
my
though?
diploma time was 4th.
Yeah.
Now it's like 24.
Yeah,
days
right?
or something like that. And I'm like, I don't want to like everyone's so fast
wild.
now because like everything's just more reliable.
Yeah.
And by the circle, what we meant here is the circle that decreases in size when you're trying to catch. It'll be red, yellow, or green if you play Pokemon Go. It's the exact same thing as that.
Yeah, this is a really unique situation. I'm not actually sure if I should catch the Go and Geodude or the Onix first here. I think the safest thing to do is actually catch the Onix.
Oh yeah! This is the best room ever. All our
Now I
friends
don't even
are
want to
here.
catch this. Dang it.
Yeah, but now you're committed. Throw your raspberry.
All right, so yeah, I got a Raz. I got a double Great Ball here. I was a little late, unfortunately. But this is still pretty likely to get in. This is favored to get in. We just got to hope for the best here.
Don't run out of great balls.
Oh, it's really bad.
Oh, no.
That's not it.
So, those who don't know, Onix is probably the hardest.
What is it?
I love motion controls.
We said it would
Onix?
happen.
Getting an excellent on Onix is,
Impossible.
yeah, it's extremely hard.
Yeah, unfortunately, very bad catch there. I should not have gone
Yes.
for it. Well, if I knew there was a chance, I would not have gone for this, but we got it. I'm going to deposit everything now, catch the Chansey, and then get the Glowing Geodude after.
Professional runner in close course, do not attempt this in your own runs.
No, do not.
Yeah, this is very painful. I lost a lot of Great Balls already, so I will definitely have to pick up the extra Great Balls leaving Mount Moon, which you normally don't want to do, but in a marathon run especially, I will just take every early Pokemon I can get. Every bonus, every extra, just give it to me, because
You don't want to catch Scyther?
Scyther.
Yeah. Or Pinsir? Sorry.
Pinsir, yeah, wrong game.
Wrong game,
Silly.
my
Catch
bad.
Kanga.
I could catch Kango.
I hope.
Oh, there's
there's
Paris too? Dude, this is so good. Well, the breakout wasn't
So,
good, but this
where
is
is
so
this
good.
in AOP runs?
Yeah, your AOP run is looking really good.
Right?
For real.
So, you'll notice he's waiting a lot
I'm
to go
rushing.
for the excellent catches here, and the reason being is, yes, this boosts your EXP, but you need to have level 15
fine.
to get into Misty's gym, which is the
Yes.
second gym.
Yeah, and you want to be ideally level 15 as we leave this area of Mount Moon, because then I can actually one-shot things. That's true. I will probably be easily level 18 once I catch these last couple Pokemon. I got to switch back to Pokeballs on the second controller, otherwise I will be stuck in this hellhole. So hopefully I will be free from Mount Moon and these catches very soon here, because I do not want to be here anymore.
What do you mean? Everything's going so good, except for that Onyx catch.
So-
And you're just hating.
This is
You're not gonna
annoying.
get Paris?
It's technically better to catch Geodude first because I have time to switch the Pokeball,
Yep.
even though it is farther out.
Do you get the good cycle? No, we do
No,
not.
we did not. There's 2 cycles we get on the Geodude. Fortunately, I didn't even need the Excellent, but we got it, so we're fine. And then I'm going to go back for that Paris.
So
I
the
hope one of
good
them is
cycle.
supersized.
So the good cycle on Geodude is if it punches immediately on its recoil, you can throw and guarantee you're excellent.
All right, so Chansey will get some levels. Geodude will get some levels. Totally fine, because I'm going to be really ahead on Pokemon and experience, which is what you want in every Pokemon Let's Go speedrun. So I'm going to go run over and catch that Paris now. And then we'll be off to a really fantastic, strong start here.
We're at 14 caught of the 15.
I'm at 16 once I catch this.
Oh, well, yeah, but you haven't caught it yet. Okay, you were at 15 caught. You didn't mark
I just didn't mark it on my track. I use a little tracking program. Shout out Etiquette. Oh, that's bad. So I am now out of Great Ball.
Well, you caught everything.
I did catch everything. That is true. So I
Except for possibly Snack on Route 4.
Yeah, so I have to equip Great Balls now, which like never is a thing that happens. So that's awesome. But I'm level 18 now, so I'm gonna one-shot literally everything, which is very exciting. And this is one way to combat like minus special attack is just get really, really high experience, and then it won't matter anymore.
It's also partially why
Did you
the
get the
Catch 'em all
Did you try
run.
Second Moonstone?
No, I didn't get it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't go into detail with it earlier, but you can potentially get 2 Moonstones there instead of 1. That Moonstone that I picked up at the very beginning of entering that room is a daily respawn item. We think it's 1 in 3 or 1 in 2 to respawn there
How did
after
we
the date
never-
rolls over.
supposed to
How
be
do we
1 and
not-
2, but
Okay.
Okay.
I was say, surely we know that. That one we could just statistically find out.
it's
So if
supposed
you
to be
saw
1 and
me-
2, but we've had times where we literally go 6
Yeah, you just
date
don't get
skips
it.
and don't get it.
So yeah, so I set the date and time very specifically at the start of the run to make sure that the clock would roll over around the time that I would enter that room. You can't know exactly when it'll happen, but approximately.
Although that's
when you
not
enter
the
there.
only reason we set the time.
True. Do you want to explain it?
No.
So
Bonus bug.
there is a Pokemon that we will be using later in the run that is a special attacker. So we are going to set the nature once we get into Celadon to Modest, which will be a plus special attack minus attack.
Yep.
If I set the nature as like a special NPC we'll talk about later.
Yeah, and it resets every day. So by doing that time setup, we guarantee that we don't get trolled by that.
And speaking of Zubat,
All right. It's really bad to hit Zubat now because I'm out of Great Balls. So we'd really like to not hit a Zubat.
we also don't want to hit that here. We want to actually catch that in Rock Tunnel where it's 1 level away from evolution.
So it's a similar thing with Geodude. You could catch Geodude in Rock Tunnel, and then it evolves in 1 level. Whereas here we catch Geodude, we immediately deposit it. So if you're wondering why we do that, it's 1, because we need the experience in early game. And 2, we really need the experience from catching Graveler in mid game. Graveler is like one of the biggest experience catches you can get in Rock Tunnel.
It
and
is.
in the entire mid game section in general. So, dude, these
is-
bugs.
Which is why actually in our catch 'em all runs, which is mostly the run I go with, is we wait for a glowing Graveler just for the extra experience.
Dude,
Oh my gosh.
what is happening? The Onyx is a pretty rare spawn, by the way. You don't really see it that often, and I'm not on an Onyx catch chain right now.
And before we see Clefable on the way
You
out.
are on a Paris catch.
I am on a Paris catch chain, which is why they're trolling me. But more couple fights here. Stump, if you got anything for us, go for it.
All right. I have a $50 donation from RJ who says, Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
$25 from Invictus saying, you said Charmander. Number 4 Charmander is still my favorite Pokemon for 26 years. Good luck.
Good Pokemon.
Good poke.
And $15 from Red Silver saying, I see now that the circumstances of one's donation are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of a donation that determines who you are. Mewtwo. donating for that canonical Team Rocket outfit, and shoutouts to my favorites, the Nitterans. And as a look at that incentive, we are at $744 toward it now, so we are $256 away from that Team Rocket outfit.
Let's get those donations in.
Let's get it. Let's get the
Those
cute.
donations
We
in.
got like 50 minutes. We can make it happen.
Yeah. We got plenty of time. Plenty of time. But it will come up quick. So
But
make
also
sure you
it's
donate.
urgent. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it now. Based on how this is going, we're gonna get the rare char.
You think so? Yeah, so
Probably.
Charmander can spawn on Route 3, Route 4, and which is right after Mount Moon, and then in Rock Tunnel. You're much more likely to see it in Rock Tunnel because you're just in there for way longer. So if we do see it, that's probably where we would see it.
It's
You'll also
actually
probably see
better to get it in there.
God, I hope you get the route forward.
Any Lord Felix. Lord Felix fans. Be sure to put the emote in the chat.
That's just the average Fire Emblem character.
So here's the Jesse and James fight. Every Jesse and James fight is a forced 2v2. If you don't have 2 Pokemon, you can't fight them. So you have to have 2 Pokemon here in order to leave. We're just going to be using the Bellsprout. Again, I'm level 18, so I'm going to destroy these bozos. And in order to destroy them, I will be cheating with X items. So this is a very common strat in 2v2 fights across all the Pokemon where one side just...
Not true. Only as of Gen 4.
Yeah.
Technically Colo.
Gen 5, right?
Then, yeah, Gen 5.
Oh, wrong one. X deck. So yeah, a common strat is you just pump up one Pokemon with X items, and then the other one just sweeps everything. So we attack the... Actually, I should have attacked the coughing first. I forgot. But I did not get punished. That thing can poison you. I forgot I'm level 18. I should just target it down. I will definitely destroy it. But pretty easy fight here. This can go pretty badly if you are under-leveled, so you really want to make sure you're level 15 for this fight as much as possible when doing runs, either on Pikachu version or on Eevee version.
That's the main way I feel like you get punished as a newer player. Is that you'll just get less experience because you won't be as good at getting excellence. You won't necessarily get the first because you won't know the attack cycle as well, so you won't get the first catch bonus as often, and that does start to add up a little bit. That being said, this is still one of the best Pokemon speedruns to start with as a beginner.
Yeah, that's what I started with.
The floor is low and the ceiling is high.
Yeah,
Extremely high.
This was also my first ever speedrun.
Me too.
Yay.
Well, my first Pokemon speedrun.
Yeah,
balls.
it's really interesting. I talk about this a lot with other players.
Snake!
But basically, the gameplay is kind of differently if you're a new player versus you're an experienced player. Hold on, I should focus up. Where, as a newer player, you want to just be aiming for excellence as much as possible. Take catches very slow to make sure you get enough experience. And then as a world record level player, you want to throw as fast as possible and just hope the experience works out and try to route around it later. Because the faster you catch, the more time you save. If I throw my Pokeballs 2 seconds faster than you on every catch, that adds up to like 30 seconds, 45 seconds over the run.
And like worst comes to
a lot.
worst, it doesn't work out. And what really about what Pokemon speedrunning is about is resetting anyways. So why are you at the reptile exhibit?
I am getting some funny Pokemon so far today. But yeah, I definitely need these Great Balls. I'm really low after everything that happened earlier. Fortunately, I was able to double Pokeball the Ekans.
The main reason you want to avoid that is you just got to walk a little bit out of the way, and you have to listen to the little jingle. It is not a huge amount of time, but this game is optimized to the point where if you're going for world record runs, then it adds up.
Yeah, this run is very optimized.
We're going to heal at the center, right?
Nope, we're going to learn 3 extremely broken moves.
These moves are unreal. So they, like... Because these are the special, super awesome, cool starters that can't evolve, they gave them extra bonus stuff as well. And that includes specific moves that could only be learned by the partner Eevee and the partner Pikachu. The partner Eevee moves are all themed after the different evolutions. And the partner Pikachu moves are all themed after the different Pikachus that have existed over time. Like the flying Pikachu and the surfing Pikachu. A little bit more vague in that way. But
I love them, though.
They are great.
We only learned one of Pikachu's move in the Pikachu run, and we learned a bunch of Eevee's moves because they're unbelievably good. If any of these moves were allowed on not this Eevee, it would be disgusting. In fact, this Eevee, it's possible this Eevee, could be good, you know?
Could be? Is good.
Like outside the context of this run.
So you've been hyping up. What makes them so broken? Who wants to explain all of them?
So I'll go ahead and explain the Eevee if May wants to take care of the Pikachu, because that is her
I'll do
favorite.
the Pikachu one quickly. It's not going to come up in this run because we didn't choose Pikachu.
Pika lost.
The Pikachu move is a 50 base power move with plus 2 priority that always crits.
Yeah, so it's quick attack, but crits and is electric and physical and 50 damage.
Yeah, it's also electric, so it's stab.
Yep.
It's so good.
It's extremely good. So the Eevee moves, which you notice, Buzzy Buzz is a 90 base power electric move that always paralyzes.
I don't think I was guaranteed to one-shot that because I was on minus special attack, but level 18 might have bailed me out there.
For comparison, you think of a move like Thunder Wave, not guaranteed, and all that one does is paralyze. It doesn't do damage.
Yeah.
It's basically a Thunderbolt that always paralyzes.
Yep.
And then we have Bouncy Bubble, which is a 90 base power. Again, all of them are 90 base power, which it will heal Eevee for half the damage it deals. It's a water type move, and it's essentially a 90 base power Mega Drain water type.
Pretty darn good.
Pretty good.
And then the final move we get, well, here, we will learn another one later, is a 90 base power fire type move that will always burn.
Yeah, so those
Again,
statuses...
Will-O-Wisp, that's not 100%.
Yeah. The statuses we take advantage of a lot in this run. We'll paralyze things just so we outspeed them. We burn things just so they do less damage to us. Sidewave is awesome. That's what you want to see every time. So now it's paralyzed. I outspeed now because paralysis does a speed drop. And then we are through Misty, which can be a kind of scary fight sometimes.
Pikachu.
Not scary on Pikachu version.
With Pikachu, you just win.
Yeah, you
because
just
Zippy Zap
one-shot,
is unbelievable. There are other ones that we're not going to get. There's one that deals damage and sets up Light Screen, and another one that deals damage and sets up Reflect. Both of those moves are staples on their own, and they don't need to do damage, but they do anyway. There's one that sets up Leech Seed. Again, that's just a move that doesn't deal damage, but now it does.
So we actually will be using the one that sets up Light Screen.
Yeah, we'll get into the wonderful and it's opposite move. How great, how
Which
funny
ones am I missing? Because that's we've talked about.
There's the ice one.
6.
I don't remember what
the
it
ice
does.
one. I don't think it doesn't freeze. Does it?
That'd be really broken. I don't know.
Disgusting if it froze. Because we didn't talk about the ice one, and we didn't talk about the fairy one, right?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
We're fighting for
I don't remember what those two do.
So I don't know either because we never use them in the run.
Donate and let us know.
Yeah, the rival is pretty straightforward on Eevee version for this fight because I can one-shot all of the Pokemon except for Pikachu if you're not super strong. But I'm level 18, so I'll one-shot it, no problem. The Oddish can cause problems on Pika version because you don't have a fire-type move the way I do right now. It has, like, Poison Powder, which is really annoying, but we don't have to worry about that.
Unfortunately, that crit got you close, but you didn't quite take enough damage to be in red bar, so you could skip all of the... Oh, wait.
Yeah, there's very little similarities with Gen 1. There's we don't do Nidoking because it's not like a perfect storm of Nidoking being good. However,
Pikachu does do a little bit of Nidoking.
Eevee can too. You can do Nidoking strats to help out for mid-game, and we'll talk about that later
All Kanto is the same.
Yeah, it is very funny that Nidoking's actually a staple of the Pikachu run and situationally good in the Eevee run too.
Nidoking's also the staple for the original Gen 1 runs.
And speaking of all...
Don't ever run those, please.
No, they're great. I love them.
They are great until you get 3 straight Gen 1 misses.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, there's no Gen 1 misses in this game, at least.
So another way where all Kanto is the same is that Nugget Bridge is just fight 5 traders, and it's really slow. So stop if you have anything for us.
All right, we have a $15 donation from New Amber with the message P. And
Thank you, Amber.
$34 from Profness saying, okay, obligatory Pokedex dono. What do you mean, Nidoking? I'm talking Clown from the best Pokemon, Azure Dreams. And $75 from Verdant Hope saying, happy to assist Nami and to cheer the runners on. Thanks, Stump, for the comfy hosting, and Etchy and crew for a fun Poke run. Yeah, thanks so much for all those donations.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Keep donating, keep going towards those incentives so we can get dripped out and also see a really cool... We haven't even talked about the green thing, but really quickly, one of the best parts of Eevee version, for this part in particular, is that because Bouncy Bubble heals you and you fight a ground type here and a fire type in Growlithe later, you just free heal. You don't have to worry about healing and using potions, whereas Pikachu has to kind of stop to heal every once in a while, which is kind of annoying, but it's still very comparable times between both Eevee and Pikachu version.
Yeah, like the other Pikachu moves, like, are good.
It's just Pikachu in a vacuum is good by itself because it has high special attack, high speed.
Yeah.
And Thunderbolt is a really strong
Let me just get
move.
Thunderbolt.
It is. Yeah. That's like all that makes Pikachu like valuable is that it has the starter Pikachu has base 120 speed, which is faster than most legendaries.
It's extremely fast.
Like the despite the runs honestly being pretty different, like the strats are essentially completely different in so many
in
ways.
the first 2 hours, they're almost
the
completely
first 2
different
hours.
runs.
And the lengths of the runs are within a minute.
Within 30 seconds.
Within 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, okay. So for any percent, the category I'm running right now, I think they're also within 30 seconds, but they can both go down way more now that we know about the new skip setups that we'll talk about again later. Don't worry about it for now. The any percent amount skips, Saiyan got world record in Pikachu version. That was like a 29:15. So like last week, 3 people got sub 3 at once for the first time, so that was pretty hype. For
today there was
Pikachu.
another sub 3 as well.
I did the wrong move, but it's okay. I would have liked more HP, but I can heal later. Yeah, shout out T-Pat and Randall and Saiyan for all getting great times last week for the category that I'm not running right now. But yeah, they're both really competitive, really similar. I prefer the Pikachu run in general. I also think it's better for like races and marathons because you're less likely to have a bad Pikachu than you are a bad Eevee. But Eevee has a theoretically higher top end because getting really high experience with Eevee, as my world record no mount skip run got with the supersized Chansey in the first hour of the run, just completely breaks the game. You just one-shot everything for like an hour, and that matters way more than Pikachu, for sure.
Yep. It's still good on Pikachu.
It's still good, but it's not as good. Actually, the reason it's good on Pikachu is not even because you can start one-shotting things. Like, that's good.
You get Thunderbolt earlier.
You do get Thunderbolt earlier, but something I haven't talked about, again, minor micro-optimization stuff, is that leveling up in battle is slower than leveling up outside of battle. So if you get 10 levels at once from a Chansey, you're effectively saving a ton of time from level ups that you would get in battle potentially. So wow, I'm really surprised I one-shot. Oh, I'm level 20 now. Never mind. I'm not
Yeah.
surprised. Again, minus special attack, not even getting punished for it, so we're doing all right.
Thanks, Chansey.
Yeah, you lose like 4-ish seconds for a battle if the level up happens in battle versus outside of battle. Like, by outside of battle, I mean like if it's not the active Pokemon in battle or if it is from a catch.
Oh, no char.
I'm gonna do a funny.
No Squirtle.
You don't get a char there. It's Squirtle there.
Sorry, yeah.
Tight movement there to do some funny trainer skip stuff. Also very tight movement here. And I'm Eevee version, so I'm not going to grab the max or the ether over there. I'm just going to run around.
So the way that trainer sight works in this game is like really funny.
Yeah.
In that, so previous Pokemon games, except for Gen 7, were all tile based, and the way that trainer vision worked in those games is they would look at tiles ahead of them. And this game is kind of tile-based because it's based on a tile-based game.
Right.
Like, you'll see where tiles would exist. But the way that they did the trainer line of sight is it's just like a single line, out of like a laser line out of like their forehead.
Yeah, imagine a laser just coming out of their forehead, and it only is active when they're completely still and not moving. When they're spinning, they can't see you, so you don't have to worry about it. And we know, and we'll get into why we know this later, we know it's exactly 25 pixels wide, that laser. So there are ways to go around that. Also, the length of how far it goes out varies trainer to trainer. So if you know how far it goes out, you know how to get around it, like I did with those picnickers in the middle of the route.
This game probably has the most trainers that you could. In fact, I'm going to say this is the most trainers that you can skip in a Pokemon game since like the Game Boy Advance.
But in Scarlet Violet, you can skip all of them.
That's not. Yeah, but that's intended. Unintentional skips. There are trainers.
Well, those ones are like you can say they're intentional because they made them pretty short. Like you can go around them.
I feel like you're intended to have to fight one of them.
Sure.
What about BDSP before all the patches?
That doesn't count.
Here's Bill, by the way. I skipped a cutscene. You can skip some of the cutscenes in this game. Here's Bill. He was in Nidorino. Now he's not. And he gave us some SS Ann tickets, so we're going to be able to go to the SS Ann. We'll fight our rival again.
Modern Pokemon games are like pretty locked down in a lot of ways. It is very hard for us to find ways to glitch and exploit the games that like is actually useful. Like there are glitches and stuff, but they're not really useful in terms of saving time.
Yeah.
But this one has a big one that we'll talk about at the end, and just a lot of like unintended things where we're just able to walk past trainers that clearly they intended for you to fight.
Yeah, they probably intended it for you to fight, and we just have ways to kind of sneak around them again with how thin their
Sword
trainer
and
vision
Shield,
is.
there are like different cycles that we can sneak around sometimes where it's like, but it very much is a like, oh, but that trainer's vision changes and you found an opening to slip through.
Yeah.
It feels not necessary. It feels intentional. It's like they wouldn't expect you to really do it, but it's there for you to be able to do it. These are not that.
Yeah. It's pretty different. A lot of time we just kind of snake around the little lasers and they just don't see us. There's one coming up very soon that is very funny. And
I
also
love that one.
probably the hardest trainer skip outside of the ones I'm going to do at the end of the
We
run.
already saw you do one earlier, just at the top of that last route.
I
That
still
one's
think
hard, yeah.
Alexa skip is the hardest one, but like I'm just bad at it. I don't really have a reason.
Yeah. So we
Alexa
don't-
skip is hard.
It's also later in the run, so it stresses me out more.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that is a very stressful point. And don't worry, I'm going to do 4 very hard skips at that same point
Hooray!
later. But we're doing this early, and we got our second gym badge. We're on our way to Vermilion to get our third gym badge. Oh, wait. We're not going to do that. We're actually going to go to Vermilion, go to the SSN, and then leave. Because this game is interesting. Normally, in a lot of Pokemon games, you need gym badges in order to unlock the HM's use outside of battle. So in order to get past field obstacles. So, like, I'm trying to go east of Cerulean where there's a cut bush, but I don't have cut yet. Normally, you would have to get...
It's the cutscene. The kiss.
the kiss. Normally, you would have to get the gym badge in order to use cut, and then you can go back there and do all that stuff. Although I don't think that's the case in Fire Leaf Green, because you can do late surge, but...
You do a late surge, and I don't know if they do in the any percent.
You can do it as a race strat. I don't think it's like the normal strat, but yeah. But in normal Pokemon games, typically you have to do gym badges to get access to using certain field items. However, in this game, there are no HMs. However, there are still basically HMs. They're called secret techniques. Yeah, so Fly exists in this game, Cut exists in this game, Strength.
No,
all
it doesn't.
exists.
None of them exist.
Not in reality, but in our minds. So they're secret techniques instead, and because they're secret techniques, we can just use them whenever we want. We don't have to teach a move. And more importantly, we also don't need any gym badges. So as soon as we unlock the secret techniques, we can just go. So we're going to get the secret technique, and then we're going to move along, and we're...
Cut down.
Cut down.
Chop down.
Chop down.
Chop
Sorry.
down, you're right.
Yeah, you're
And
both wrong.
Sky Dash.
Yeah, I'm going to
Skydash,
use
yes.
the lure now. And I'm going to try to get a Vulpix and or Jigglypuff and or Abra on this next route. I'm also going to go out of my way to get a rare candy here. It's less important to do it in this version. You do want the rare candy, but you really want to do it in Pikachu version just to give yourself more time to get a Growlithe to spawn. I'll come back to that in a second. But I don't need Vulpix to complete this run, whereas like Pikachu really needs Growlithe to just have
You used to skip that candy.
a good time. Yeah, we used to skip it, but it's worth it to just have a more consistent route, and it also... You're only losing a few seconds, basically, because you're just getting a different candy
There's
instead
a
of one you would get later.
whole bunch of math done way back in the day around which candies to get and which ones you could skip and what's optimal.
Yeah.
And then it all got thrown out the window.
Yeah, I did a lot of like reroute stuff, especially in 2021, 2022 for this game, just trying to make things not miserable. And then it turns out the biggest time save was actually just learning about the ball thing that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, well.
that was way more important. That happened in mid-2022.
In general, in Pokemon runs, like, consistency is valuable. And in a lot of top runs, you have to... It's all about the trade-off between consistency and actually, you know...
Okay,
saving
I don't know
time.
what just happened there, but sure.
And this is one of the rare times where consistency is faster because breakouts are slow.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I want to keep the Bellsprout, is because it's forcing me to two-controller everything in the game. Specifically, the first Pokemon on Route 6 and the first Pokemon on Route 10, guaranteed to two-controller. It counts as an extra Pokemon when I evolve it. And when I guarantee two-controller, it means I don't have to waste time using a Raspberry to boost my catch chances, and also means I basically have 0 chance of a breakout. So I'm going to do a very hard trainer skip here. We're going to go very specifically between these two trainers. Oh, that was so scuffed. I did a really scuffed one in practice the other day where I did a complete like diagonal line. I wish I could have done it
It's so
there.
much easier on the way back because there's better visual cues.
I should learn how to like do swag passes there and just go like crooked on them just to make everyone freak
Ask
out.
Ed how he does it.
There are no... the only double battles in this game are the ones that are like the cutscene ones, like the Jesse James ones. And so the way that those trainers' line of sight is set up is they stop. And essentially, they go just forward enough that you couldn't actually possibly get a double bat. They can't both see you at the same time. And there's a little bit of room in the middle where you can just walk right through them.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm very glad that that is the case here. Gonna go ahead and get an extra repel for safety.
Thankfully, they are both single poke trainers. So
Yeah.
if you do hit them, especially as a beginner run,
Totally
it's
fine.
not the end of the world. It's literally about a 35-second fight.
Wait,
It's
I
not
did this
terrible.
wrong. Do it this way. There we go. The shop's a little funky here compared to Bega version because we do have to get this guard spec. So
Yes,
I
we
just want
do.
to make sure I grabbed it. You gotta make sure you buy the right amount so you actually can get the guard spec.
So we actually used to get 2 guard specs here before we went to the 2-controller fight on this fight, because the Pidgeotto has Sand Attack, which can lower our accuracy, and that can make a fight go
I love,
really bad really fast.
again, consistency saves time.
Yeah, so now we just 2-control those fights, especially not even because of the guard specs, but now we don't need to buy X speeds, which saves time and fixes our menu. We try to do our shopping in very specific ways in this game. I'm going to try to do... That didn't work. If you enter that cutscene at a very specific angle, you can skip some turn animations. But yeah, you want to shop in a very specific way so that you can always access your critical X items with as few inputs as possible. So in this instance, I can press up to get to X special attack when I'm in the battle bag. I can press left to get to X attack after I use the guard spec. Stuff like that. Very important to just try to maximize it and also not lose time. You're not losing time by shopping, it's just optimizing it to make sure you save as much time as possible.
Yeah,
in
we
the fights.
could like manually update our bag to do that, but the
Yeah,
shop
you can just swap things
yeah.
for sure, yeah.
The shop just kind of is optimizable in a way where we can then save inputs later, which is cool.
So I'm gonna summon that trainer, and then we're gonna fight
I
Rival
love that
3.
you summon them in, the cutscene starts, they have to fly away, and they're
Yeah,
like, wait!
it's unfortunate. If you summon them in battle, it's way slower,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
because there's like a text box. A support trainer came to lend a hand or something. I don't know.
But yeah, while I just go through this fight, very simple. I'm just going to X special and X attack and then sweep. Stump, if you have anything for us, go for it.
All right. You may have noticed us talking about incentives and prizes. This means that via your generous donations, you get to potentially name characters, make our runners complete difficult or ridiculous tasks, or help pick which story you get to see in certain games. You can also become eligible to win numerous prizes donated by community members. Remember that 100% of your donations go directly to the National Alliance on Mental Illness. For more information, check the channel bio for a link to the tracker. And you can see some of those prizes behind the runners now, such as that Wailord plush, which can become eligible for with a cumulative total of $75 throughout of donations throughout the marathon. That Pikachu and Gengar, those plushes, $10 during this run will get you entered for those.
Oh no.
They want to fall over.
They want to fall so bad.
I even made sure to donate my $10 to make sure I could get entered into the Pikachu and Gengar plushies. They're very cute.
I love Pokemon plush. I have so many Pokemon plush.
You have a lot.
You do have a lot.
I cannot express the degree to which I want the Wailord. I love him so much. And for a $75 cumulative donation, he could be yours and not mine. Yours. I don't know. I got mine in.
So yeah, now we're learning the chop down technique, and now I can cut all the bushes in the game, no problem. Don't have to fight Surge, and we're not going to fight Surge for a very long time as a result. So we're just going to be running back now for a while, and we're coming up on a very scary part of the run. Oh, I wish you were here, Pikachu. I wish you were in the game. Don't knock over the Switch when you do that. This is a very scary part of the run, and typically one of the biggest make or break points. I will carry runs that are like mediocre to bad up to this point just because of how big of a time swing things can happen in this next part. We are entering Route 10/Rock Tunnel pretty soon, and there's a lot of Pokemon we want to catch there, and sometimes very few of them spawn, and then you lose a lot of time. So that's also where the run gets really interesting. Because
Oh, they're taking the Wailord away from me. That's fair.
at this we're getting to the point in the run where you have to start making decisions and rerouting
Can you
on the
scoot
fly.
over and let Wailord in?
Oh, my bad. I was skipping a cutscene. So
Yeah!
this guy's gonna wave us down and be like, "Hey, chop this bush," and then we're gonna see him in about an hour and a half. So Hi, Willard.
I just wish Waylord got commentary credit.
I know.
Right?
It needs a headset. I don't think there's a headset large enough for it.
I also do think that's the case.
For a size
focus on
comparison,
So this
we literally have this seat leaned all the way back, and it's taken up the entire seat.
it's big. So that pass is actually way easier on the way
I
back.
fail that one way more, honestly.
How?
I
You
don't
just
know.
line up in the middle and you
I'm
hit up. It's because you're
washed.
wobbly.
I'm a little wobbly.
You got
sometimes.
wobbly hand.
Oh, you could. So, okay, I'll talk about it a little bit. I was gonna say I could use this Joy-Con, which has the notched
notches.
the notched gate, so I can actually go in straight lines. We'll talk about why this is a thing later, but this is relevant for the skips I'll do at the end of the game.
It's very relevant. And there are skips that I have never tried and
Yeah.
will never try.
Well, you can try them after. We can try it tomorrow, dude.
I'm good. I'm good.
So yeah, so we're gonna enter this really scary part of the run. This is a big make or break point. This is also one of the hardest parts to get good at in the run if you're a newer player, is just learning how to like adapt to bad things happening in terms of the catch route. There are so many times where I've had runs that turned out to be really good where I get basically nothing on Route 10.
Route 10 is where all the where runs go to die.
Yep, it's sad. But for now, we got the Eevee mirror
You're pretty
match.
ahead though.
On catches, yeah, my catches are looking great.
Yeah.
So
What
we're-
is your
we're
catch
chilling.
count right now?
Oh, I got Ekans too. I didn't even mark it.
Yes, you did.
19.
19 Pokemon, which is very high.
That's
Now, it'll be 20
really good.
before I enter Route 10 because I'm going to Moonstone the Jigglypuff as well.
So, do you want to explain why you want to Evo the Jigglypuff rather than say Clefairy?
True. So really quickly though, this is the Eevee fight. This is where we use the guard spec because it has Tail Whip with total defense, which we don't really care about. Also has Sand Attack, which is miserable, as Razor described earlier, and also has Growl, which slows your attack, which is also annoying and causes problems because you need +2 to guarantee
I like that the
this one.
tails were like perfectly synced.
Yep. So the reason Sand Attack can get, just for an idea of how bad it can get, there's a fight in the forest right at the very start of the game. The Pidgey has Sand Attack. I've lost a minute and a half to that fight from Sand Attack alone.
It's awful, yeah.
and I lived on 2 HP.
There's also Minimize, which does a very similar thing that we'll see later too. That's also very exciting.
You can't guard spec minimize.
Yeah, but
Nope.
Jigglypuff we want to specifically use the Moonstone on that we got earlier because it is the only Moonstone evolution that does not try to learn a move on evolution. Just another very minor optimization, saves like 5 seconds. Oh, I thought it was falling.
I thought Wailord was fleeing.
It's running
so
away.
yeah, so generally optimal to use it on the Jigglypuff and worth waiting and hoping you just get it. Because if you don't get it, you could always just catch a Nidoran here and then use the Moonstone on that. And it does learn a move, but it's no different from using it on a Clefairy. And the other thing too is typically, especially now, I'm gonna buzz here. Especially now, people are starting to situationally use the Moonstone specifically on Nidorino and Eevee version, just to make sure that you can do some cool Nidoking strats in the hideout section of the game later. We do those strats on Pikachu version every time guaranteed because we need to, but if your Eevee's good enough, you can get away with not doing that. This is actually a great run for doing the Nidoking strats, but
Yes.
I've never actually tried them on this version, so I'm not going to bother.
They're very identical to the Pikachu strats.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. But I'm using the Moonstone here. It's happening. I know how to work around minus special attack, and we are high experience for now.
Yes.
The thing with high experience, though, is it can fall very fast. Like, if I just don't get any glowing Pokemon
It
in this
really
next section, I'll just be underleveled, leaving me...
Where does this
Rock tunnel.
Where does evolution take place?
Um,
The void?
it's the same place all the final bosses of JRPGs.
Yeah,
fight. Yeah, it's like that
exactly.
area. That's what it looks like. That looks like the end of this is Lost Odyssey. That's what that reminds me of. Gonna deposit here.
So you'll notice when he evolved the Jigglypuff, there was no move learned.
Yeah, it's very, very good time save compared to the other Mons.
So the other 3 pokes that can evolve with Moonstone, both Nidos and the Clefairy, will all learn a move on evolution.
I made her spin early. That's interesting. All right, starting off good
Okay,
here.
that's a very good start. That's an extremely
awesome. I'm
good
gonna
start.
wait a split second. Okay, perfect. You typically want to wait until that's a Spearow too.
That's
Jeez
fantastic.
Louise. You typically want to wait until all three
rare char
things
is coming.
spawn, because the moment you catch something, you get on a catch chain, which influences your future spawns to be more likely to be the thing you just caught. So if you wait until 3 things spawn, you're at least guaranteed those 3 are pure and clean catches. And then now I'm on an Nidoran male catch chain, but I'm going to be catching stuff so fast it shouldn't really matter. I'm going to get the Spearow next. I think it's because it's not glowing. just to try to make sure Bellsprout doesn't gain an extra level before evolving, because I think it tries to learn another move, or that might just be Oddish, I don't remember. It is glowing.
Doesn't matter.
I'm just catching it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I can just leave as soon as I get these 3 Pokemon, which is really, really good.
This is just about as good as it could possibly go. The only way it could possibly go better is if you have Krabby spawn.
Krabby.
Yeah. Raticate would be amazing too.
Raticate would be very good too.
If you notice there too, another kind of shopping optimization that happens, I figured it out like almost 2 years ago too, but if you sell all your Pokeballs, when you do shopping, you buy Great Balls, they give you some Premier Balls for free. When you use up the Premier Balls and you're out of the Pokeballs, it automatically slots in your second controller to be Great Balls. So it just automatically menus you to optimal Great Ball usage, which is a nice little time save there to not have to menu for it. You get the Nidoran female after this. There's Weeping Bell. So yeah, really strong Route 10. I'm sure Rock Tunnel will be awful.
Rare Char.
I mean, Route Moon should have been really good if I just got the Onyx.
Will you take the Rare Char in Kangaskhan Pledge?
No, absolutely not.
Yes.
Dude, I went
Yes.
for I went for Ultra Ball Charmander on a practice run yesterday, and it still broke out. I'm not touching that. So here's Nidoran female. I guess really, okay, donate if you want to see me catch a Charmander if one shows up.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, come on. I'm gonna
Or
I
Kanga if
think
it
I'm
shows
gonna
up.
pick up the extra Great Balls because I'm scared. But yeah, we're gonna get into a extra battle that they added into this game. This also wasn't in yellow, where Lorelei from the Elite Four is gonna come down and help us fight some Team Rocket grunts. But we're not gonna actually team up with her. We're gonna do our own 1v1 battle. We're gonna find another Eradicate and then beat it, and then we're gonna be able to enter Rock Tunnel after that. So I guess while the cutscene's going on, Stump, if you got stuff for us, let us know.
Crab.
Oh, crab.
All right. Well, let's start with a $10 donation from Court saying, "Hi, May and Etchy. Cannot wait for SGDQ road trip. Miss you both a ton." And Thomas Patrick WX donates $26 saying, "Hi, Etchy. Good luck traveling the Kanto region while denouncing the evils of truth and love with your best friend Eevee. Wanted to thank you and your amazing community for all the support and positivity, because without that, I wouldn't have gotten a sub 3 just today."
I know. I saw it. GG.
Pat, congrats on the sub 3, my
This is
dude.
me doing the heart thing while I'm holding the Joy-Con. I haven't showed this, by the way, buddy. I hold it in a Joy-Con grip. It's really stupid.
T-Pat on like the 9-0 Chen Pao streak. T-Pat getting a sub 3. The man just doesn't
Congrats
miss.
on that.
Yeah.
And
T-Pat's a legend.
the message continues, "Love you all so much. Donation goes toward the canonically accurate Team Rocket outfit."
Yes.
Ooh, very
And
important.
speaking of that, well, we are much closer, but we are still $180 away from meeting that.
We're running out of time,
We're
chat.
running out of time.
We are.
So
Yeah, we have until basically as I leave the Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town, which is in about 20 minutes. So
Yeah.
better hurry up if you're interested in that.
And again,
And we're pretty
Eevee,
close, so get
Eevee
there.
will also become crimes.
Yeah, we're going to get the drip on the Eevee as well. I think it looks way cuter on the Pikachu, just saying. But
Well, too late now. You're
they
not.
still both get a cute little hat. I'm a
Stop
big fan.
unselling it.
Let's see, what are we at?
You want the
donation?
Great Balls?
We're at 57. Oh, no, it's fine. It's too late.
It's difficult to see.
It's a little difficult to see. Yeah, normally you would use Flash here or something, but I don't know what it's called in this game. Light up.
Light up. Yeah.
Light up, yeah.
But not worth grabbing it. We can see just fine. It's way easier to see here than even Gen 1, so no big deal.
I like that every time you learn a secret technique, the guy who teaches it to you, whoever's teaching it to you, is like, "Yeah, I could teach you that. Oh, apparently your Pokemon wants to do it instead. That's weird."
I will also just add a bonus incentive here. If we get to 60,000 by the end of this run, I will pet the Eevee.
How many
So,
times?
60? I mean, yeah, it'll be like one for each, like,
One
swish,
per
yeah.
each. 1,000.
Yeah, let's do it. 60 pats. Or 60 rubs, I guess, is more accurate. No, don't do that.
You heard him, chat. Let's get those donations in.
Oh,
That was... I love motion controls. Sometimes it goes way further than you expect it to. Let me catch a Zubat there. And then we'll see what happens.
Zubat
here.
cry.
Which one? Like anime or...
This
Actually,
one.
I don't know the anime one.
I don't know the
I don't know the anime either.
I don't know.
I don't know how to do it either.
So yeah, There's a bunch of stuff I want to catch here. Zubat obviously being one of them. Not Onyx. Leave me alone. Now, the one benefit of catching Onyx early is that when it does inevitably spawn on top of you or block you in Rock Tunnel, because you already caught it, it actually has a faster animation, and it is way faster to run away from it than if you didn't catch it. Okay, that works.
There's
So
a
yeah, I want
glowing
to get
Graveler.
I want to get Machop, Graveler, Cubone. Most importantly, number one, most important, is I need. Why was that a high arch? I need
Kanga.
Rhyhorn. I do not need Kanga. I need Rhyhorn.
No, just do. Wait, you can't do that in this
I
game.
need Rhyhorn. I especially need it with minus special attack.
I was like,
Eevee.
just do early Arc. No.
No, you can't do early Arca. You can ride the Kanga.
Well,
I'm not
no,
riding
you could
Kanga.
do early Arca.
Yes.
How do I want to menu this? This is actually really interesting because the Graveler's going to give like too much experience, but I think I just still go for it. I do menu here for sure. I could technically try to fight the Kanga trainer first and then run back because the Kanga trainer should give me another evolution, but I think the time running back and forth is not worth it for the extra like 2 levels I might get. Hopefully something just spawns before I get over to the Graveler here. And then I just catch it, and then we're good to go. Glowing Graveler, again, very important, very good. Oh, I can get non-glowing Graveler. That's almost tempting. I should have gone into the bag, because I need to also heal my Eevee. I can do that. Gonna go in here. I also want to swap a little bit. Take that opportunity to heal. I could have potioned there, too. Probably would have been fine. And then we'll go ahead and get this Graveler now.
Super sized.
Nah, I don't really want it to be
Super
sized.
sized.
I mean, like, it's good. So by Razzing, getting excellent here, it is guaranteed to get in, but not actually guaranteed because this game has a programming error where
Really?
Every shake of the Pokeball, it has a 1 in 655/36 chance to break out because they did less than instead of less than equals to. So we have recorded footage of that happening to somebody on a run. And because we now know the catch rate formula, we know when this actually happens. But I'm going to get 3 consecutive evolutions here, so this will be really fun.
That also was not a
Supersized.
supersized.
Yeah, not
That was-
supersized. Totally fine, though.
3 consecutive evolutions sounds like a good time to hear from Stump.
Yes.
It does.
Agreed.
All right. We have a $10 donation from RP234 saying, $10 to get Whaler in a headset big enough for them.
Yes.
That's not an option? Fine, I'll settle for helping to get Etchy to fight Green. And $50 from Theodra saying, thank you for sharing this event with me. You, my other partner, right, taught me the importance of mental health. Less than 3. Also, go Team Rocket.
Yeah. Primes.
And-
Crimes.
We are just $80 away from meeting that incentive.
Ooh. Okay. That's again. We're running out
can
of
get
time,
there.
so help us get there, so I don't have to worry about it and stress out about it as we get close to it. So that's. Oh, there's still one more. Never mind. If you got more, go ahead.
All right. Let's see. We have $15 from asmith1313 saying, let's go Pokemon.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And getting us, what got us closer for the Team Rocket outfit was a $100 anonymous donation without a comment.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for donating and supporting a great cause. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And I'm excited to do some funny Pokemon stuff in return, in exchange for your hard-earned donations. So, still no Rhyhorn, but I have time. The reason why Rhyhorn is really important is because it's actually a ride Pokemon. There are no bikes in this game, as you noticed by me not grabbing the bike from Vermilion earlier. You ride Pokemon to quickly move through the overworld, and Rhyhorn is the first reasonable ride Pokemon you can get at this point in the game.
So you're going to get Snorlax and ride Snorlax, right?
No, that one's pretty slow. So we're going to take advantage of the statuses that we talked about earlier. By burning here, guaranteed, it reduces the amount of physical damage my opponent does to me. Also make sure I cleanly two-shot it, no problem. And that's the Kangaskhan. That can be kind of scary. It has actually killed me many times, especially in Pikachu version.
Yeah, yes. You can just get destroyed out of nowhere on Pikachu.
Eevee has a little bit more bulk than Pikachu does, for sure. I'm only getting
It's all the
Gravelers
fluff.
now.
Eevee has more bulk. Pika has more speed.
Yeah.
So
Rare, char, rare.
Nah,
char,
rare, I really want Rhyhorn.
Rare, char. Rhyhorn doesn't matter. Rare,
No,
char.
it kind of does. Because
Kanga.
I can do the Jesse and James fight in Hideout with Rhyhorn because I have bad special attack. But I cannot do that if I...
Just do it with rare char.
that doesn't work.
Oh, well. But chars
I
aren't
don't
so
know.
strong and cool.
That was not... I believe that was... That was not Cubone. That did not sound like Cubone.
No, that was...
I think... Machop?
Chomp.
Sometimes you only see things in the corner of your eyes, and it makes...
Wait, Whaler got one.
Oh!
Wailord did get one.
Congratulations,
So here's the
Raylord.
problem. The question that we're all having here is, how does Pikachu wear a headset? Because the ears are technically up here. Sideways.
Does Pikachu wear headsets like this,
This
or like
or
this?
like
It
this.
doesn't really want to.
I have a scary fight coming up here with Ace Trainer Sophia because she can burn and confuse me, and ideally neither happens. But fortunately, we get to heal up to full thanks to Rhyhorn and Bouncy Bubble here. You can either Sizzly Slide that Machop earlier to lower the break damage, or if you're strong enough, you can just Bouncy Bubble and heal up the damage that it did to you and be totally fine. That's a Golbat. Don't want that. Cubone. There's a Cubone. No Rhyhorn. But I will take that. Go and summon that. Glowing Cubone. Hopefully cooperates. I gotta be really careful on Great Balls. I probably just get extra Ultra Balls as a result. Good attack timing though. Catch that pretty fast. Kind of like what I was saying earlier. These are all catches where I don't need to get excellence. So the faster I throw, the better. Obviously, I get less experience, but just my experience with the game, I know when I can skimp out on experience and when I can't. And generally, the answer is you can't really skimp out on experience in early game, whereas mid game you want to try to do as much as possible and just hope you get like Glowing Graveler to make up for it. Or we're trying the headset again, please.
I think you gotta...
Just gonna one control
just-
this. Perfect.
Yes.
We did it. That deserves 20 donations. Just for
I
that.
agree.
Agreed.
All right, so like I said, this fight's kind of scary. If you get burned, I have to immediately summon 2 controller. Honestly, even if I get confused, I might have to just do it immediately. It's kind of scary.
Pikachu's kind of blocking my view now, but I'm too afraid
You literally
to
have
move
that.
him.
You have 2 screens.
Like a DS?
Oh.
I don't know that this one will work though. I'm gonna have to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Gengar's very
Very round.
bulbous.
It's very big.
He's wearing like a headband.
Oh, true. All right, I didn't get confused there.
Is
We're
that
good.
good for the headphones?
It may not be.
Poor Gengar. Can't ever be a
We'll
gamer.
make that work.
Please give me Rhyhorn.
Gengar,
Oh, Rhyhorn.
Gengar doesn't need headphones to be a gamer.
All right, we're good now. We can breathe easy. We got our ultimate prize. I'm gonna ride the Rhyhorn as soon as I can. Raz up here, same thing. Raz will guarantee the catch. Normally, you don't need to guarantee these catches in this part of the run, but you want to guarantee, especially Rhyhorn and Graveler, because they just give you more experience. So I always just guarantee them. Also, because if you Raz immediately, it usually works out well with their attack timing. So you just immediately throw after you Raz, and you instantly get an excellent if they attacked early. So just a neat kind of like timing trick to take advantage of. So I need to deposit. Oh, oh wow, my party's actually pretty empty right now. It's just gonna be my. I keep forgetting because Eevee version doesn't need to keep Nidoking around unless you're doing specifically Nidoking strats. So I can actually enter my party pretty aggressively here and potentially catch some other stuff like Abra, and it'll just go right into my party.
And we are about 2/3 done with catches right now. Pretty much exactly 2/3.
Yeah, we're making good progress for sure. Yeah, this is a really good catch pace. I have so many Pokemon locked up and guaranteed, leaving Rock Tunnel with a pretty high catch
We have
count.
2 more just like ready to evolve too.
Yep. I did not do the thing I was supposed to do in the menu. There you go. Now, oh! I think I have to repel here. This is actually like that.
That's
bad.
really
That is very, very bad.
Yeah.
Because there is a trainer here that likes to turn and.
Yeah, me hitting that train, when you hit a Pokemon or do any kind of encounter, it resets all the spinner timings. So that trainer is normally spun by then, but I have to wait for them because I hit the Onyx. This is a fun little fight where the Meowth likes to use Fake Out and flinch you. So we just always act special here and just spam Bouncy Ball because it'll one-shot because we need a burn to turn anyway. Just to make sure we're always entering the next fight at really high HP. And it did not fake out. It is It is. I don't know if it's actually favored, but it feels like it happens every time.
I feel like it
Right?
always happens.
The Nugget Bridge one is definitely like a 50-50 thing.
Yeah.
It's probably because this one has Feint, and Feint AI is really weird. But I don't know if this trainer even has like smart AI.
Well,
per
obviously
se.
they want to make you faint.
You mean Feint exists?
Feint exists, yeah. There's a famous instance of Feint at the very end of the run by Bruno, the Elite Four member, who has a Pokemon that has Feint. And I have never died to Feint.
I never
You
have
have to be
either.
really low HP for it to even happen. And the AI also likes to just not use it a lot of the time. But there's been some members of the community, like Randall, who's died to it like 4 times.
I love how just in different runs there can just be ways where like one runner just gets completely screwed over by some statistical anomaly.
yeah, repeatedly.
You
It's
mean
amazing.
Dratini?
Yeah.
Dratini also. Yeah, AOP has a lot
That
of
was
very
me.
low
That was
catches,
me
and it
with
sucks.
Embargo for a while.
Oh, true. Embargo and Oras, yeah. So we're entering Tower now. We do have a little bit of time to meet Green. Did we meet Green yet? Or sorry, not Green. Rocket outfit.
We are still $80 away from
All
that.
right, you have until I enter the hideout. So
We're in like the final 5 minutes
we are
stretch.
getting there.
Yep. Don't
And
forget
we're so
to,
close.
Don't forget to put your donation toward on the donation page.
Yes, please do.
You could win Pikachu. You could win Gengar. You could even win Wailord. $80. You'd be entered in to win Wailord.
So this is actually a newer strat. Again, probably like 2 years ago now. I can't believe it's been that long. But we use Rhyhorn in this fight to make this fight very clean and optimal, to always 3-turn it consistently. The only times you wouldn't are when you take some slight risk and then don't hit the drill run, which is 95% to hit. We're just going to take advantage of Rhyhorn to deal with the situation where Raichu comes out early, which did not happen this time. Double Battle AI is kind of not weird, it's very predictable, but it basically, when you have 2 Pokemon out like this, the way the AI works is when it's trying to figure out which Pokemon to send out, it'll just pick one at random and then target and choose a Pokemon that has a strong move against that one. So in this case, it targeted the Rhyhorn, so it sent out Gloom. Whereas otherwise, it would have sent out the... I should have done Bouncy Bolt,
Yep.
but it's fine.
However, if it has a super effective move against both, it will send out that Pokemon.
Yeah, it just picks like, and it just looks at like type and base power basically for the moves. I will go ahead and learn Double Edge here because it is a very strong move. Double Edge is 120 base power, which is 50 more than Headbutt, but it does have recoil, so you do take a lot of damage in return, but you just heal a couple extra times, but you save a lot of time in fight, and you also just have way more consistent fights, which is really, really nice. But now we're going to be leaving Lavender Tower. We actually cannot do more here. If you don't know the story of Gen 1, there's not a ton of story in the game in general, but basically we need the Sylph Scope in order to see the ghost in this tower, and we have to go to the Rocket Hideout in order to get that Sylph Scope. So we're going to be leaving here, we're going to get scared by some ghosts.
In fact, if you just like do that fight and then leave and don't walk upstairs and watch this cutscene, you have to come back and do it. And it happened to so many runners
Yes.
who are learning this game.
Yeah, pretty awesome
It's
stuff.
the walk of shame.
Famously also Bill, some people leave
Ditch
him a little
Bill, yeah.
early. Yeah, we have a whole category called Ditch Bill based on that instance because it's really funny.
There was a diploma run that I
we can
did
just
with
do
Joker
this.
once. There was like a race, a diploma race we did. And Joker was talking about how he ditched Bill on accident previously. And I was like, okay, but you're not going to do it this time, right? And he's like, no, there's no way. And then just like 10 minutes later, I just hear, oh, crap.
Yeah, shout out Joker, the Ditch Bill
Oh,
goat.
classic.
Also the Diploma goat. Yeah, this game is funny. This is a funny game. But
It's a great game.
normally there'd be a pretty funny thing about to happen where I fight a Clefairy that uses Metronome and it sometimes does really bad moves. Like sometimes it can self-destruct, which is more so funny than bad. Sometimes it can actually like use Horn Drill and try to kill you. But I'm going to one-shot it because I taught Double Edge. So no Metronome fun today. My apologies.
So fun fact, I have been under-leveled on this fight before
And got
hit by
oh
it.
my gosh. I've almost
It
gotten
straight
hit by
up
it
killed
many
me.
times. Yeah. What level is this thing?
26.
That's brutal.
Yeah, I was extremely under-leveled.
Yeah, more reason to try to make sure you get good experience in Rock Tunnel, right?
Yeah. Metronome's so funny.
Except for I
is
didn't
very
get Horn
funny.
Drill, I got Fissure.
Oh, ooh.
And now you can go get your Firestone, so you can evolve your Growlithe.
Except I will not. There's a Firestone in this grass. You always get it on Pika version because you pretty much always get Arcanine. Assuming you have a Growlithe. I guess if you don't have Growlithe, you don't get it, but we don't need that. If I do need a Firestone for Vulpix later, it's better to get the one in Mansion, so I'll just do that. And I'm just going to run through here for now. And we're rapidly approaching the hideout. How are we doing, Stump?
Well, with the $80 donation we received from Profness, without a comment, we have made it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you so much.
Crimes.
We've made the Wear Team Rocket outfit incentive. So later in the run, we also have Beat Green. That has $1,325 out of $3,000. I believe we can get there.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have
Oh, I know
plenty
what
of
you mean.
time.
We have the rest of the run for that.
Yeah.
Abra!
So I want to get the Abra first, then get the Raticate. There's a glowing Raticate I could get too, which would be pretty sweet. I'm going to... Ideally, you get some Nanab berries. I don't actually go out of my way to pick up any of them. I just gotta hope I randomly get some from catching Pokemon at some point in the run.
And the reason why you want to get the Raticate second is so you can do Kadabra Hideout.
No. That used to be a strat, specifically on Pika version, like 4 years ago or something, like 5 years ago when I was first learning the game, but it's very inconsistent. We don't do it.
It is fast.
That's really not. Like, compared to old strats, yes.
It was
Compared to newer
fast
strats, it's not like,
it is
Nido King
fast.
is really good,
It was
honestly.
fast at the time.
Yeah. I'm going to try to get the glowing one, because the experience is actually really good here.
Yes,
so.
it is. Especially
Could
because
razz it.
Abra is
I'm gonna
now in the
razz it.
party, so...
It started jumping, so I have time to razz it anyway. Hopefully nice. Okay, cool. That was really close. That was almost not an excellent. But there's Raticate done. This Rattata was another kind of interesting case. I didn't have time to talk about it because it was at the beginning of the run, but catching Rattata early is pretty cool because it gives you some early experience, and you can get the Raticate, which gives a ton of experience later. But sometimes you don't get the Raticate in time, and it's not actually that good. But there's Kadabra already. We're done. Really fast Evo, and now I'm level 29 on my Bob Ninja, which is always awesome to see. To be this high level going into Hideout, which, again, me being minus special attack is no longer going to be an issue for this run because I'm going to be level 30 easily in time for Jesse and James. And something we didn't talk about too is the reason why I care about like level 30 or level 18 or whatever is damage boost. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah. Okay. So damage formula in Pokemon is very complicated. There's a famous clip of me explaining it with a poster board. The main thing to know here is that because of the way that it does multiplication with rounding down and things like that, certain level, certain digits in your level are essentially better. Like it's a bigger spike in power. 8 is one of them. 0 is one of them. 5. 3?
0, 3, 5, 8.
3, 5, 8. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Pokemon Math is the really cool non-communicative multiplication. It's rad.
Here we're teaching Glitzigo. This is the move we were alluding to earlier. It is a psychic move that is 90 base power, special attacking move, and always sets up special light screen. And more importantly, we're seeing the move Batty Bat in that menu, which is the funniest name for a move of all time. Unfortunately, we don't learn it.
This is the thing we were talking about, like, I don't know, an hour ago when we were in Mount Moon.
Yeah.
This is the trainer where we essentially pick a stat we want to raise, we pick a stat we want to lower, and now all Pokemon that we encounter for the rest of the day are going to have that nature. In this case, we picked Modest, 10% higher special attack, 10% lower attack. That's because the Pokemon that we were going to catch that will become our main for the rest of the game is a special attacker.
Yes, indeed. So,
Which is probably one of the more underrated Gen 1 Pokemon.
It is technically faster to not do that and simply get the 1 in 30. 25, 1 in 25.
Yeah.
But
no, I mean, you can get any plus special attack and probably be fine.
You could just
Minus
get
speed?
the Quiet.
Not that one, but
Okay.
You could just get Joker's Quiet.
that's true.
Amber's gotten good runs with Rash before.
Yeah, that's true.
That's pretty fun.
Regardless, the game is quite optimized. It's not to that level. Like, you could still get a very good time without having to save the 10 seconds. Especially on Eevee version, we got to go in there anyways.
Yeah, Eevee has to go in there regardless, so it does not matter. All right, I got a pretty clean fight there. No big deal. And we're gonna be able to get that rocket outfit in just a second. Now, I don't even know. I don't even know like optimal menuing to equip it. So this will be pretty fun.
You didn't do my favorite trap, poster skip.
Oh, that's another funny thing you can just skip. You go over here and then nothing happens.
Yep. And you're like, wait.
I'm gonna go. Oh, I could have just done this when I did the menu to equip things or to equip the outfit, but that's fine. So I'm gonna go down over here. Get a little outfit.
I didn't even know this was here.
Yeah, this is a spy. So they're just going to give us a Team Rocket set from the beautiful spy.
The beautiful spy.
So I'm going to go ahead and equip that on both of us.
And now not only they'll know that we're Rocket and nobody will fight us, right?
Yep, that's exactly how it works. Now we're going to go for Giovanni. So normally this is actually really annoying because you just name your characters one, and you're like, oh, which one's which? But because we actually have real names here, it's really easy to do. And I know which one is who.
God,
We even get a Team Rocket bag.
Why is this not the Team Rocket line they came out with?
Yeah, it's awesome. I love the way the Team Rocket outfit looks in this game. There's also more fun outfits. You can be dressed up like Jesse or James.
I love that your support trainer also has it.
Yep. We're matching. Look at that. That's so good.
Looks so good.
Thank you all so much for making that incentive happen. Always a fun time when I can only ever bust this out when I have like a really bad run. So I'm glad we were able to do that here.
The other cute one is the sailor outfit.
Yeah.
Sailor one's very good as well. And then we're just going to do the classic 2-controller strat here. The reason why I 2-control this specifically is because this thing can put you to sleep and also confuse you, I believe. Yeah, with
Yes.
yeah. So just more annoyances. Better to just do this. And there's been choke already, which is pretty early. This is like the cleanest catch ride I've had in forever. This never happens on my
You're
runs.
at what right now? 30?
37?
37.
Absolutely ridiculous amount of Pokemon. Like, what am I even skipping now?
This is like my tournament run. I had 39 after Tower.
So I'm probably skipping like the Pidgey line, potentially, and then Ninetales, and then that evens me out, and then I skipped one other
So
thing.
high.
Yeah. All right, so that's that fight done.
Because
My
there are
HP is-
essentially 4 more that we just kind of have to do, too. So if you had Kangaskhan, you could have been 38, but...
I actually have to heal this again here. Yeah, a little too risky on the HP because I could get Sonic Boomed by the Voltorb. I'm just going to spam Double Edge on this next fight. And then we're slowly approaching kind of honestly, the scariest set of fights in the run. Or at least for like the pre-main switch section. Because we fight 3 fights back-to-back here. We do get time to menu between each one. But they're really scary. It's Jesse and James, and then Team Rocket admin, and then Giovanni himself, our clone, I guess. But they're really scary fights, and they're really high level, and we're kind of under level because we sort of rush through everything. Even though I have, like, I said I had high experience, like, this Rattata is already the same level as me. It's going to get worse from here. Which is a big reason why we actually switch off from Eevee/Pikachu is because we just are going to jump to a point in the run where we're just 10 levels behind straight up. And by switching mains, we get to just skip that level curve. And I outspent that? This thing's so fast.
You could always just do the Eevee alt main.
That is true. I will not extend this run for 30 minutes, but I could do that. So now we fight a scary Grimer. I could 2-control this for safety, but that is for cowards. We will instead 1-controller it. This thing has Minimize
simply
and can poison you.
Yeah, simply just don't lose.
Yeah, Minimize is basically just a reverse sand attack. Instead of making you more likely to miss, it makes itself more likely to...
But it's 2 stages.
Whatever. More likely to dodge. That's what I'm trying to say, yes.
More evasive.
Yes, that is the word. Look at this guy. Look at this blob. Oh, so that's something to talk about. Who wants to talk about turnarounds?
Eevee loves us.
Would you like to talk about
when you're... It's easily our least favorite mechanic in this entire game. So when your friendship is high enough and you either hit for a super effective move or you use an item, you'll notice Eevee will turn back, or even Pikachu, will turn back to you, and it loses about 2 seconds every time, which is largely why we try to use a lot of moves that aren't super effective if we can.
Yeah.
This was pretty early.
Yeah, this is pretty early for it. But I'm also like high experience.
Yeah.
But there's some randomness to when you start getting turnarounds because every, I think, 128 steps or something like that, you have a 50% chance to get a friendship point for whatever Pokemon is following you. And because your starter Pokemon is always on your head, it counts as always following you. So
yeah, we thought this wasn't the case for a bit, but it's because it doesn't kick in until you switch zones and stuff like that. It's weird.
Yeah. So we get this fun little section where we are now Eevee. Something fun I just thought about, by the way, which hopefully doesn't matter.
It's only partner Eevee, I believe, that gets the walking ones.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the partner, yeah.
Yes.
So later on, I'm going to do some very, very precise sub-pixel perfect skips. This is the ones I've been alluding to, the mount skips. And I use visual cues off of my character model for that.
Oh,
And
no.
I'm worried the outfit might actually matter.
If it
does, I can always just change it for just that part. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I would suggest saving if it doesn't work out.
It looks like it's in, like, the hat looks like it's tilted the same. This is also why I picked boy. Unfortunately for this category, I had to keep picking the boy until I find visual cues for the girl characters. There's very little time loss for picking the girl. It doesn't really matter, so you can if you want to. But for this specific category where I do the
time,
skips,
actually.
Roll 3 is optimal.
I use the visual cues of the model, so it actually doesn't matter. Like the boy character, I use the hat as a visual cue for one of the skips, and the boy character has a slightly like tilted hat, whereas the girl's is like straight on.
You can go that way?
Yeah, there's two ways to this puzzle. It doesn't
What?
matter.
I never knew that.
Mate, you and I go the exact same way.
Yeah,
I went the other way for years. I just changed it because I was like, what if I just do this?
Oh, okay.
Because I think etiquette time was like, yeah, they're basically exactly
I see
the same.
Teapot take that route too, and I'm like, I don't ever go that route.
Yeah, I was like, wait, that's not right. Oh, I guess it is. I don't like it.
I have to heal again here, and then it is time. Again, because I am normal level, I can just do the normal strat on this fight. Or because I'm over leveled, even though I'm minus special attack, I can just do the normal strat. I'm just going to be taking advantage of Glitzy Glow. This is also kind of a strat that's changed a bunch over the course of this game being a thing. We actually used to do a similar strat to what I'm about to do when the game was like pretty new, but we ended up going away from it because the way it was being done was too risky. But now this is totally fine because of the way we approach it. So we take advantage of the fact that Glitzy Glow also sets up light screen here to make sure we survive these sludge bombs and hopefully, or sludges, I think they are. Just to make sure we try not to die here. So I'm going to first attack this Arbok. We're not going to one-shot it unless we crit.
But we gotta turn around.
Oh, paralysis is literally the worst case scenario, so that's really cool. So I am going to heal the paralysis. However, I still get the speed drop, which means I get hit twice here, but not the end of the world.
And you got poisoned now.
I am now poisoned.
You wouldn't have if you hadn't healed the paralysis.
And then I would have not hit. So, normally you can bouncy bubble there to avoid the turnarounds because it's not a super effective move, but I was worried about the amount of damage I did because I am, again, minus special attack. So I use an X special here, get the one shot because now we're at much higher special attack because I've used 2 X specials. You can use a max of 3 X items on a stat, unless you get any kind of stat drops, and you can potentially use more. Basically boosting me 300% higher from the normal stat.
There is another strat you can do here if your Eevee's really bad and you aren't over-leveled, in which case, as long as your Rhyhorn's at least a level 25.
Yeah, I mean, you can even do it at 24, and it's not the end of the world, but that was the strat I was going to do initially. But then I got over-leveled, and it's like, it doesn't matter. Basically, you just use your Rhyhorn as your primary attacker instead of the Eevee, and use the Eevee for some light support with the light screen setup.
You just go X attacks instead of X special attacks, and then you just use Drill Run.
Yeah, and it's very similar to what the Pikachu version actually does, because Pikachu only has Thunderbolt for that fight, so you can 4-turn it. It's not that great, but Rhyhorn can potentially 2-turn it because Drill Run is a high crit chance move, and Drill Run's really strong, so we just do that now. It's another kind of strat change, but this is now Archer. Very simple, straightforward fight. Stump, if you got anything for us, go for it.
All right. M-0 has donated $15 with the message V. We have $50 from Mega Man X306 without a comment, and $5 from LLK, who says, I've been playing all mainline Pokemon games since the Red Blue days, but when I got Let's Go Eevee, I caught a shiny Pidgey right off the bat and knew what I had to do.
Nice.
I immediately traded it away for an Alolan Executor. Let me tell you, having a 35-foot tall palm tree, but with not one but 4 goofy faces lumber around your trainer as essentially your starter really just adds a certain level of pizzazz to Gen 1.
For sure.
Oh, you sent out a level 4 Rattata? That's fine. My Wacky Pants Palm Tree Abomination just fell over onto your Pokemon and swooshed it into purple paste. You're welcome. Thanks so much for those donations on that story.
I also got outsped there. No, that's normal because I'm not Pikachu. That's why I got outsped there. I remember now. Eevee is slower than Pikachu. This next fight is a fight that also has changed a bunch over the course of the time this game has been a thing. This fight used to be really, really bad and just be really slow. Not inherently like awful, but just slow. It would be like a 3-turn fight, I think, which 3-turn double battle fight, which is really slow. And now we do a 1-controller fight. We even used to do, Etchy came up with a strat where you use Graveler, spam X attacks on it, and then self-destruct to deal with this Persian that is super high level and super strong, which is objectively an amazing strat. I wish we still did it. But this strat is faster. I came up with this like 2 years ago also, but maybe even close to 2.5, 3 years ago. But basically, we take advantage of the fact that Sizzly Slide burns this and lowers its attack output. We used to get rid of Sizzly Slide, which is why I didn't really think of this strat before, but I just was like, oh, what if we burn this instead? And it works out pretty well. Because even if it's burned, the crits also do half damage. Slash off the bat is really start. You're ideally hoping for a fake out there just to get some less damage, but that is actually totally fine because they did not get any crits. Slash's high crit chance move. I did not get punished, and we were fine. I only died to crit there. Fortunately, totally fine. And I also heal back up from the bouncy bubble. But yeah, normally it fake outs, but just didn't happen there.
When we say when we say a high crit, that's actually 1 in 8 there to crit.
Yep.
Rather than 1 in 24.
Yeah, because they lowered the chance of a crit occurring.
Mm-hmm.
They lowered the damage in Gen 6 and the chance in Gen 7.
That's when it finally became good.
Yeah.
When the crit mechanic became reasonable. Now it only does 1.5x damage and
1 in 24,
which doesn't sound that different, especially when you look at like 6% versus 4%. It matters so much. Like you get crit so when I play Gen 4, I get crit literally every 5 seconds, and it's awful.
Mm-hmm. I often forget that Gen 6 is not a it has the lower damage but not the lower chance.
Right.
And I'm always like, man, I feel like I'm so unlucky in this game, and it's like, yes, but not in that way. All right, so I want to try something, but I don't know if I heard this right. Wait, you tap yours.
Oh,
I love it.
About the window. Stop. I think that's good. I'm gonna get. I don't need the extra ultra balls. It'll be fine because I have to catch so few things anyway. Yeah, thanks for that. Shout out to Tech for that. Now we're gonna get the Sky Dash technique, which is basically just fly. So now I can fly everywhere. I'm gonna fly back to Lavender. We're gonna go use that Still Scope and then fight Jesse and James one last time for like 30 minutes, and then we'll fight him again. But
all right, so we need to find the best moment for us to, without letting him know, do a tap.
No, you're gonna jump scare me.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm gonna be like preparing for a throw, and then I'll just jump and throw my Joy-Con in the air.
Mount skips.
Yes.
You cannot do it during that. I will. It's literally. Those are too precise. Please. So yeah. So I guess I can start talking about it a little bit now. I'll talk about mount skips because this is a moment where I kind of just run through the area. If I catch a Ghastly, cool. If not, I'm so far out on catches, it doesn't matter that much. But what is a mount skip? A mount skip is what we've called it when you use a particular mount to skip past a normally required trainer. We talked earlier about how trainer vision is exactly 25 pixels. Anubis figured out a bunch of the math and stuff using some tools, and would not be possible without them. So thank you very much to Anubis for helping us figure out these skips in the first place, because we didn't know any of this like years ago. But yeah, basically these are 25 pixel trainer visions, and some mounts can actually go at a speed of 26 pixels. So we do very precise subpixel setups using a very special controller, which is why this is a separate category, because you need a separate controller in order to perfectly skip these trainers.
This one.
Yes, a little bit of history and lore. We didn't know about this until 3 years after the game came out or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
You might be asking, why did it take so long to figure out that you can randomly skip trainer vision? It's
so
because
funny.
We talk to trainers in this game because it is much faster than letting them see you. However, what happened is Cruel was playing this game for some massive marathon. I think he was either doing like a catch-em-all across multiple games or just some speedrun marathon thing.
I don't remember what he was doing.
Yeah, but he was playing Let's Go Again, which he had run before, but he hadn't run in a while. So he just ran past a train. Awesome! I missed the range. He ran past a trainer in Victory Road that is normally required and normally would stop you, but they didn't stop him, and he just ran right past them.
And we were all like,
Yeah, somebody
Hold
clicked
on,
it and was
what?
like, "What?" And he didn't even like process what happened because he didn't even know that they were like a required trainer because he just had not played in a while.
Did he go back and fight it?
No, I don't think
Because it
so.
messes up your experience.
Oh, I want the gas lead, but that's fine.
yeah, well.
But yeah, so that happened, and then we all freaked out and we were like, "What do we do? How do we recreate this? It's awesome. Can you do this on every trainer?" And we basically couldn't like recreate it anywhere else. We could only recreate it on that specific trainer that was skipped. His name was Dawson.
It was so unreliable.
Yeah, super random. We didn't understand how to set it up or anything because we didn't know why it was happening in the first place.
There was like one runner, like Aspect was like kind of good at it, but even then wasn't super consistent.
Yeah, dang, I missed that level. Oh, and mine is special attack. That's why I missed the range earlier.
Yeah.
So we didn't really like know much about it for a while. Nothing really progressed until probably like 6 to 12 months later. A random new runner by the name of Game 2590, I believe, joined the Let's Go server Discord. They were learning the run and was like, "Hey, I just skipped the juggler in Victory Road. I don't know if this is like known or anything." And we were like, "What? What do you mean?" And then we had them describe what they did, and they basically just ran past the trainer again with Rapidash. And we were like, "Oh, so I guess this is a multiple trainer thing now."
Yeah.
And that kind of opened the floodgates. And then I think Joker, and I think also Aspect, but probably at least Joker, I know for sure, went out of their way to just skip every train, like just trial and error through every single trainer in Victory Road to prove that we could skip all of them. And we could. And we couldn't really do anything about that info because we couldn't like recreate it reliably. So what ended up happening is after I got, I don't even remember, was this after I got sub? This is after I got the first ever sub 3 on a run where I accidentally randomly skipped the first trainer in Victory Road because I was just like, "Oh, YOLO," and I got it.
Yeah. Oh,
so I got sub 3 on that run with that. So that happened, and sometime after that, you were like, "Oh, you should just try to like actually figure out the skips and put a lot of time and effort into it." And I was like, "Okay, sure, why not?" So I did.
But I didn't know I was part of this.
You did.
I don't remember I was
you
being
told me to do it. It's your fault. So I did a bunch of trial and error. I basically tried to set up an experiment where I specifically would try to recreate doing a skip from a specific spot, because if I could prove that you could always do the skip if you start in the specific spot and do the exact same movement, then that means it's recreatable to some degree. So I had to buy these special Joy-Cons. I had to look for Joy-Cons on Amazon that had notches in them. Dude, stop paralyzing me. Because not every Joy-Con has notches. In fact, none of them do. This is like the only one that exists, period, that has it. Dude, oh, the Rhyhorn. I thought it happened again. So these are like cheap $20 Joy-Cons that go in and out of stock on Amazon. They have these little notches so you can guarantee you go straight in a direction. And by using those, I was able to consistently find a spot that allowed you to always skip a trainer. So from there, I found setups for all the trainers. It was a lot of work. Dude.
I knew you could do it, Eevee.
Eevee, you suck. This normally is not an issue, but not getting very good luck here. But yeah, shout out to a bunch of people for helping find stuff. And I'll talk more about it when we actually get into what it looks like. They've changed a lot over the years. We initially were using Aerodactyl. All the current world records that I have for it are all using Aerodactyl, but we've now have new skips with Rapidash, which save a lot of time because now you don't have to get an Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl is the other mount that can move 26 pixels per frame. But yeah, they basically just involve really precise sub-pixel perfect setups. You literally have like about a 1 pixel, I think technically a little under 1 pixel window for like positioning, but they repeat every 26 frames because again, that's how it works.
Are they pixels?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I was
That's what we use. Yeah, that's what we call it. Yeah.
Your units.
Whatever. Units is probably whatever. There's coordinates in the game, so we just units is probably technically more accurate. But yeah. So I'm gonna do some menuing here. Going to bring out actually.
There's like a chance that if people hadn't accidentally found this by skipping trainers, because they just forgot, that eventually would have gotten found because figuring out the sight line width as well as the mount speeds. You could see how a 25 width line.
Yeah, we just never would have looked into it if we didn't know that this was a thing in the first place. Yeah, we did a ton of research.
Like, it's possible eventually it would have gotten reverse engineered and people would have put 2 and 2 together. Sure. But I don't think we would be there today.
Yeah, it's really interesting. how it all kind of works out. I need to actually like write down everything so we don't lose the history of how we figured it out. I should actually finish the YouTube video I started working on about it. But it's a really interesting skip. It is the first speedrun relevant. Okay, ignore BDSP. It's the first speedrun relevant glitch in like a Pokemon game.
I mean, it was the first.
It was the first one since Gen 5, which doesn't even count. Gen 5, there's a glitch in White 1 where one of the rocks doesn't have collision, so you can technically do a puzzle faster, but in the ice gym.
Yeah,
but
which feels
Gen 4 has actual glitches, but there are no speedrun relevant glitches basically between Gen 4 and this game, so it's actually kind of a huge deal.
Like Gen 6 and 7, they, besides this game, there's also Gen 7, but is on the Switch. There's nothing.
Yeah, same with Sword Shield.
There
nothing
are glitches, but they're just not useful.
Yep. Nothing in Legends Arceus. It's just BDSP ruined everything.
Yeah, Legend Arceus is actually the ones that are so close to being useful.
Yeah.
And they're just like too inconsistent or like get reset too easily.
Yep.
But yeah, I've literally put in like weeks and weeks of effort into getting these skips to be reliable and consistent. They are a lot of work, and I know I'm talking about something that's not going to happen for another hour, but I'm really excited to show them off, especially in these new versions of the skips off here on the big RPG Limit Break stage.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be catching a bunch of Pokemon here. I'm looking for Ponyta, Doduo, Psyduck, but I actually don't really need all those Pokemon, Pidgey, so I've got to be kind of selective here.
Doduo.
I need Ponyta particularly.
You need a cute Pokemon.
But while I'm doing all this catching and stuff, Stump, let us know what you got for us.
All right.
Okay.
We
There you go.
have we have a $26 donation from Code Alpha saying, Raichu! Pokedex donations are nice, so I'll consider this $25 donation without a comment from Jetboy to also be such a donation for Pikachu. We also have $10 from Tempest Mask 1000 saying, I had to chip in for Pokemon Let's Go since it stands as my favorite rendition of Kanto.
Yeah.
Of course, next to Fire Red and Leaf Green. But seriously, the 3D modeling is beautiful here. There's a lot to appreciate in my book. It's the last entry before Legends Z to A to use Megas, plus including Green in the postgame. Speaking of, let's see if we can't give her a battle to remember after this run. Best of luck catching most of them all, Etchy. And hi, May.
Hello.
Donating for my two favorite Gen 5 Pokemon, Zekrom and Galvantula.
I love Galvantula.
Good Pokemon.
And for beating Green, we have $1,401 toward that, so just under $1,600 that we still need for that to happen.
We're almost halfway there.
Let's make it happen. Oh, come
You're getting
on.
owned.
That's a fight you are going to want to see.
Yeah, I should also mention that the Beat Green incentive also does require catching Mewtwo. So if you want to see us catch Mewtwo, there you go.
Every time anybody donates and mentions Pikachu, I will give Pikachu a tap, and we all know what that means. In fact, any three of them.
Yeah, mention Wailord.
Mention
Sure.
Wailord.
So we got Ponyta here. Ponyta's actually going to be our next ride Pokemon, well, specifically Rapidash. I'm going to go ahead and candy it up now. Switch over to it because it is much faster.
26 fast.
Yeah.
I don't
like
remember. I used to know all the numbers for this because I did a lot of math around timings and figuring out if you could get Persian early and save time. You can. It's just really inconsistent.
Yeah.
And I believe Rapidash is 1.5 times faster than Rhyhorn, right?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Around that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's typically it's been considered that there's tiers of speed, and Rapidash, Persian, Aerodactyl, Charizard, they're all in the same tier of speed. We all thought they were the same speed for the longest time. However, it turns out specifically Rapidash and Aerodactyl have a speed of like 26, whereas every other one has 25.2.
I will say, like when I was doing a lot of research into ride speeds, there were a bunch of Reddit threads where people had like done timings of different Pokemon.
Really?
And people back then, people were like, I think that Rapidash and Aerodactyl are slightly faster, but I think I probably just timed it wrong. But they were right. Don't doubt yourself. You were right.
I guess so.
They are, in fact, very slightly faster.
Man, I really don't want to catch this.
But don't.
I kind of have to catch one of those things.
You're at 40. You could just catch Magmar.
No, I
You could catch Ditto.
It's the Magmar strats, though.
See, am I out of Great Balls? I deserve this. I just should have gotten the extra ultras. You gotta move me. Bam! Motion controls are not. This is really bad. How do I fix this now?
Shopping.
That's really lucky. What should I do here? I need balls. Because I just lost 2 ultras. No, I have exactly 2. Right? Yeah. I'm like technically fine.
Because you only need to catch. The only thing you need to get.
I have to catch 2 Pokemon.
Yeah.
So the problem is that the Pokeball doesn't matter. The problem is if I run out of ultras, then I'm only on Pokeballs.
Then it's awful.
Then it's over.
Does the 2 include our main?
Huh?
Does it include?
You have exactly 2 left.
I have 2 left now. Yeah.
Okay.
I had
so
4 entering that. Yeah.
That includes our main.
I mean, you could go. There's a shop right here.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I refuse.
An extra stop is so slow. Also, this is the slowest cutscene.
Yeah.
Are there any ultras on beneath whatever the route is?
No idea.
I don't know.
So normally this is where you would be like, oh, Etchy, you should go to the Safari Zone and catch a bunch of Pokemon like you do in Fire Red Leaf Green. There's no Safari Zone in this game. They replaced it with the Go Park. So you can transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Go into your Pokemon Let's Go file. It's pretty cool. You can get Meltan, Melmetal, you get Mew that way. Get all your fancy shinies
You also
from
get Mew from your Pokeball Plus.
Sure.
The fossil in the pond there is the one you didn't pick.
Yep. Oh, I should have picked the other one then so we could see.
I love Ammonite.
Ammonite. Dang.
Ammonite's so good.
I like
totally forgot
Kabuto
about that,
too, but I
yeah.
love Ammonite.
So now we get
not the best Gen 1
Seaskim.
poke, though.
Ammonite might be my second favorite fossil.
Seaskim here is the surf equivalent. We're going to learn it from this dude in his Lapras. And again, once again, it's Eevee learning it, but we are the ones surfing still. So
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know about that one, but Bob Ninja learned the secret technique, Seaskim.
Arpus is a good seed.
Team Rocket's
It's a
Bob
good
Ninja.
surfer.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hope I get lucky on these catches. So we're going to fly to Pallet Town now. Again, we haven't fought a gym leader since Misty. It's been an hour and a half now since we fought a gym leader.
I mean, okay, if you have trouble with Starmie, then you can always just buy more balls when you get to... Right?
and Cinnabar, yeah.
Cinnabar.
Sure, yeah.
Dang, no Tangle.
No
That's-
Tangelina.
See, I'm just looking for Staryu here. Staryu is going to be our next main Pokemon.
Maybe you just
Staryu
won't
is really
spawn it,
good.
Then your problem solved.
True. Staryu is good specifically because this is a Gen 1 game with no dark types. So there are no dark types that will be in our way. There's a Staryu, just all the way over there.
Technically, there are some.
There are dark
in the game.
moves. Yeah, there are dark types, but you don't actually hit any in the game. Oh, which one? This one.
All right, is this star a winner?
Fun fact with the Seaskim stuff is that you are forced to one controller catch these. You cannot two controller because I guess they couldn't give you a surfboard for the other one. Please stop jumping. Please, I cannot waste an Ultra Ball. You have to attack here. I cannot waste an Ultra Ball. Thank you. That was a real. I don't know why I did that motion. I wanted to do more of a curve, but I missed. But I got lucky. It's all good.
So the times when it will force you to one controller rather than 2 is if you're flying, which
It's not
you
gonna
can't do
happen this
until
time, yeah.
after the Elite Four anyway, or when you're surfing.
Or if you only have one Pokemon in your party.
That too.
Cool. Turn that off.
Or don't you need it for coughing?
No, you don't need it.
Okay.
It's actually better because it's lower level. Level affects the catch rate for the Pokemon because it's based on the thing you see in the top right that says CP. It means combat power. So the lower the combat power is, the more likely you are to catch it.
I always thought it was like catch points. I don't know why.
No. So yeah, I'm actually just going to menu preemptively here because I have so much junk in my party. Wait, I can't menu preemptively. Oh my gosh. I have Cubone still. Why is it still not evolved? All right, be nice.
Because you caught everything so early.
Oh,
no.
boy.
No.
Okay, no. I have the Silver
You
Razzes.
got the Silver Razzes. He was trying to leave.
Trying.
You wanted out.
Hopefully this gives me the Marowak. I mean, I have the room. I can keep it. It's fine.
All right, you're
Nice.
good.
Totally
go.
fine. That's our last catch for the run. We're done.
Woo! For how good for how
It's fine. Cubone can just stay. Be our little friend for the run. Doesn't actually matter that much. It only gains like 2 extra levels, so I'm going to go ahead and finish the party menuing that I was going to do. No, I'm keeping you. Do that. And then we're going to see how good the Staryu is. I'm actually going to do a very particular order for things here. Normally you would rare candy here first to learn Hydro Pump. However, because I'm doing any percent and I'm skipping the trainers that you actually care about Hydro Pumping, I will just be not learning Hydro Pump. So it's faster to use the Water Stone first so that when I rare candy, it doesn't prompt me to try to learn the move.
Huh.
There's our Starmie. We're now at 44 caught Pokemon, and I'll be at 45 entering Blame because of the Marowak.
You just 2-controller some of like other stuff?
Yeah. I'll 2-controller like the dude in Giovanni's gym.
Yeah, because I guess you skip what's your name?
110 special attack.
That's not bad for 43, so it's not a good Starmie, but it's not bad. It's serviceable. Let's see our speed actually. That's probably more important here. Speed's great.
Ooh.
Speed's really high.
Speed is really good. So you need 117 speed to outspeed the Rapidash on Blaine.
Yep. And if you pass that speed check, you're good for the basically entire run. Nothing really will surprise you speed-wise. We'll use X speeds to fix some other stuff later. And my special attack is totally fine. It's like probably close to 10 IV or something if you're a Pokemon nerd and know what that means. But yeah, we're going to go fight Ted soon. Ted is normally, it used to be a really scary trainer so that we would have to like, we did it like a really safe strat where we would sacrifice Doduo on this fight. But that's slow, so now we just kind of risk it again like we used to before. But it's not that scary. It's like 2.5% I think to actually punish you here, where you get, it has to choose Thunderbolt. I shouldn't describe this because it's going to happen. It has to choose Thunderbolt on Starmie and then paralyze it, which is only 10%. So, and then I also have to fail to hit through it. So we're going to do that.
Perfect.
That's ideal.
Yep, so now I don't really need to worry about healing the Starmie. We're totally fine now. I'm at great HP for this next section, and there's our Marowak. Yay. Fortunately, I had room in my party for it. Otherwise, I would have had to do like 2 half menus and then deposit it here, but we're totally fine. So a nice, clean 45 Pokemon entering Blaine, which is basically exactly where you want to be. Totally fine. And Stump, while I finish up Pokemon Mansion so I can enter Blaine's gym, hit us with whatever you got.
All right, I've got a few donations. First, we have $5 from Syl saying, "Don't throw the game, throw Pokeballs instead." Platypus donates $25 saying, "Hey, RPG Limit Break crew, thanks for the cozy Friday night Pokemon run. Happy to help Nami and support this wonderful marathon." We have $25 from Saijay saying, "What's up, Etchy, May, Razor, Pikachu, Gengar, and Wailord? Good luck on the run. Skip all the trainers." And $10 from
All three at
Alex
once.
saying, "I heard there were Pikachu taps at stake."
Wailord's so scary.
Yeah, keep those coming so we can hear more from that Pikachu. And don't forget to count those donations toward the Beat Green incentive.
Yes.
Double Pokeball Ditto.
How are we doing on the incentive?
We are at $1,406 out of $3,000.
All right. We got an hour, but we have until the run ends, basically, to meet that incentive. So if you want to see more Pokemon action, if you want to see the fun... Okay, I didn't sell this well enough earlier. It is literally, in my opinion, the greatest cutscene in all Pokemon. I think it's one of the funniest cutscenes
I've
ever.
never seen
May
it.
has never seen it.
And I've been
very
told I have to
excited.
voice act it. So that I get
If
to
you want to see that,
sight read
If
it.
you have never seen it before, it is such a treat. It is amazing. I love it so much. It is always like the thing I go to when I want to celebrate a finished run. So I just like to treat everybody in chat who has not actually seen it. So now it's time for Blaine. Blaine functions basically exactly the same as he did back in Gen 1/3. You do some quiz questions, you
And a
answer
quiz
them.
time.
If you answer wrong, you have to fight a trainer. So just don't do that, and then you're fine.
I used to be really like this part used to stress me out because of the mashing and like not wanting to get the questions right. You know, there's consistent mashing. It's actually really easy.
Yeah, just mash B on the ones you're going to say no to, and then you just have to scroll
Eevee's
down
face
to B.
throughout this entire thing, you get a question right. So good.
Yeah, keep an eye on Eevee throughout
Add a quiz?
all of this, for sure. So yeah, all these are no.
Wait.
This one, they changed it from Tombstoner to Tombstoney. Terrible, terrible change from the original games. And then, the last one, you can say any of these, and I will say Blaine. Now watch Eevee here. Watch, watch, watch.
Oh!
Pog face. So this is Blaine. Super dripped out in this game. Big fan. I love his tie. He likes to troll you sometimes, though. Fortunately, I shouldn't get trolled that badly in this. Because
I love his glasses.
I know, I love it.
Freaking rules.
Because I'm high HP, even if I do get burned in a very unlucky way, I should be totally fine because I do outspeed everything, but sometimes you can get really bad things happening, and you still don't want to get burned because it is slow. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to set an X special. I need to in order to one-shot everything. I got Flamethrower,
Perfect start.
and I didn't get burned.
That's the perfect fight.
I have not gotten this in so long. So normally what happens is it uses Confuse Ray, and then you have to heal the confusion. We got a bunch of full heal freebie items, like the Pewter Crunchies, if you saw in the bag, or the Shaylor Sable. Those are effectively full heals. You would use one of those there if you did get it, and then it would Flamethrower after that, and then you just hope you don't get burned. But that didn't happen, so we're chilling. And I got the optimal fight here with my optimal fast army.
A lot of the gyms that you have in the game, by the way, the backgrounds are like so detailed.
Yeah,
Like
I love.
I love that you can just like when the camera pivots. Yeah, the audience is there.
You see the movement.
The moving up. You see the pole kind of sticking out the top.
Yeah, this is such a realistic gym too. Unlike, you know, Gen 2 Claire or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
or like
everywhere.
Gen
Like, that's what it should
Gen
be.
8's human pinball.
I still say
Oh,
this is the
B46
best looking Pokemon game.
I love the way this game
looks very good.
I love the art direction. I can gush about this game forever, but it is so clear just how much love and care was put into this game. There's so much cute little attention to detail things, like the little plants, like the little potted plants in offices and your room and stuff. They're made to look like Oddish. Like they're literally little Oddishes. There's a bunch of cool paintings in the game. There's so much like fun little things you can do after you beat the game.
There's
like 150 bonus boss fights in this game.
If there was ever a Pokemon game to have given us a photo mode that didn't, this one.
All right, so that's going to be Blaine for us.
Don't waste your Fire Blast on your Starmie.
Will do. I could teach it to Mewtwo later if we get the green.
That's true.
incentive.
That's true.
So, as we said earlier, I got the first 2 gym badges in the first 30 minutes, and then almost 2 hours later, I got the 3rd gym badge, aka the 7th gym badge. And now we're going to go basically do cleanup. We're going to get all the gym badges we missed and do some last-minute story stuff, and then we can beat the game. So I'm going to do the gym. The gym order in this game is so funny. So I'm going to be doing 1, 2, 7, 3, 4, 6, 5.
So, yeah. Yep.
We put off Koga for as long as possible because we want to make sure we have time to evolve all of our Pokemon and get that 50 catch requirement. If we have to do it earlier, then we have to get our Pokemon done earlier, which we don't want to do because it takes a lot of time. I love the way this route works is so cool, and the way this game was routed. I was not around for like the initial routing in the game, and most of it has stuck around in terms of like the catch routing. It has been very much the same.
I think you all should
time.
bring back Dig.
Yeah, Dig used to be used on this fight so you could fight Surge early. Fun fact, the other reason we don't fight Surge early is even if we could, you get a cutscene with Misty if you fight Surge right away.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't even remember what she says. I think she just tells you to go back, basically. To give you direction on like where to go next, you know?
All right, let's hope good cans RNG.
I know, yeah. I'm going to try this one.
Okay.
Good.
That's very lucky. And the second one is always the top left, right?
No, I'll try this one.
Oh.
There we go. We did it. I should have tried the blue and the red
First
one, though,
try.
for sure. But yeah, the cans are fixed in this game. They're always the same, so that's nice. Huge time loss potential in Gen 3. Gen 1, you can manip them, so it's not a big deal. But Gen 3, it's a literal nightmare, so not having to deal with that is really cool. Even in Gen 4, you can at least potentially manip it. It's just really hard, but
That's why in Gen 3, they will save right after they get the first can.
yeah. So this is a really easy fight. I'm just going to spam Scald. I'm just going to one-shot everything. I taught Scald earlier. I didn't mention it. 80 base power move, broken move, that they temporarily got rid of. I guess I brought it back recently, right, in Scarlet Violet?
Yeah.
In some Pokemon, yeah. It's more limited now. Scald, 80 base power water move that burns. The burn can potentially matter in a couple places, but we just teach it because it's the strongest water move we can
30%
get.
chance to burn.
30, sorry.
Hear me out. What about a fire move that had pretty good base power and always burned?
That'd be pretty good, yeah. Can you imagine Bouncy Bubble on the Starmie?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's so good. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't get Surf. Surf is too slow to get. Not worth it for the 10 extra boost in power. And yeah, we got Scald from Misty, by the way. We got one of the most broken moves in the game from
They get you
Misty.
so early.
And we get Thunderbolt from this guy, which is just ridiculous. The teams in this game are so good compared to like Sword Shield, where you get Whirlpool.
They really are.
Oh boy.
And yet, for some reason, Starmie, a water Pokemon, gets Thunderbolt.
Yeah, it's Thunderbolt. It's a Gen 1 moment. So
Yeah,
many
it is.
Nidoking gets Thunderbolt, sure, why not? We're gonna
And
teach
it
that
doesn't
Thunderbolt.
even get Earthquake.
Well, because thunder's a sound. And Starmie could just be like,
Oh, right. Yeah.
yeah.
So more reason why Starmie's really good in this game. You just have perfect coverage for basically everything in the run. The only thing you actually don't have coverage against is an Executor. You can deal with it. You can at least hit everything else neutrally in the run, which is amazing. And like I said, there's no dark types. There are some dark moves like Sucker Punch, but no dark types because Gen 1, it's all Gen 1 Pokemon except for some Alolan stuff, which we don't want to run into. But all that means is it's pretty hard to kill it and it has really good typing for both offensive and defensive purposes. So, and water is just always really good in Pokemon Speedruns. If you have not realized this already from watching other ones, water is such a good type. It's so neutral against like everything.
it's insanely good.
It's very good.
It's very, very good.
So
This is your favorite gym
This is my
puzzle?
favorite. This is my favorite gym puzzle. I love telling this story. So for the longest, so the notes used to say that it was very important that you need to catch Doduo. It was incredibly important you catch Doduo. And for the longest time, I thought the reason was you needed it for this gym puzzle because you need a Pokemon that's cute. And I was like, oh, and then we'll have Doduo in our party. And so that makes sense because Doduo is very cute. I agree with this. No, you can show any Pokemon for the just gym puzzle. They're all cute because they're Pokemon. You need Doduo for like for the Executor, right?
Yeah.
And now there's other strategies for that too. But this took me like a year to learn.
Yep, you can show anything. You
Doduo
can
is
show
still
Muk.
optimal.
You can show is there an ugly Pokemon?
No.
It's an ugly Pokemon. No.
All Pokemon are beautiful to someone.
Garbodor.
Yeah, even that. Yeah. I think G-Max
You
Garbodor
actually
is cute.
cannot show Garbodor.
No,
here
because it's not in the
because it's
game.
Gen 1 game.
Yeah, you can show.
I'd say
whatever you want.
Grimer or Muck, but
That's
Elliot
like the
wouldn't like
closest
me.
thing, yeah. But Stump, I'm just gonna spam Psychic on this fight. So if you would like to talk for a bit, feel free.
All right. We have a $10 donation from Sweet Tea saying, "Thanks, y'all, for your hard work." Smiley face. Yeah, thanks so much for that donation. We are still at $1,406 of the 3,000 we need for beating Green. So I do believe in you, chat,
Yes,
that
please
we can get there.
help us out. I'll lower the. I will pat Eevee. How much do we need? Like 1,600.
We'll pet Eevee if we hit it.
I'll pet Eevee 16 times
Okay.
if we hit it.
And
so-
again,
Sounds good to me.
If you donate and you mention Pikachu, you mention Gengar, you mention Wailord, one of these could happen.
you can't give them out for free.
Oh, I didn't expect all three to happen.
Yes, please help donate and support a great cause. I'd really appreciate it.
And if you want to donate and you don't want that to happen, but you still want to mention one of those three, just let us
Feel
know.
free. You can, if you donate towards the other incentives, I won't be hurt personally. It's totally fine. There's a lot of other great incentives, a lot of
That's
great
true.
runs coming up. I just want to see as much support as possible for Nami. Now, there's another Pokemon evolved. I'm at 47 Pokemon. We're almost done there. Now, you might be thinking, oh, I only have the Coughing left to evolve. That's only 48. Where are you going to get your last two Pokemon? Well, once I free the Silphco from the clutches of Giovanni, which is not the Giovanni that I'm playing as, but a different Giovanni.
Yeah.
Then I get two free
No
Pokemon.
relation.
So I will get a free Lapras and a free Porygon, and those will give me my last two Pokemon, so I'll be at 50, and then we're good from there.
You can actually catch Porygon in the wild.
You can. It's a very rare spawn. I would have loved to see it this time. We didn't see any like really fun spawns this run.
What do you
unfortunately.
mean? You got the nightmare room.
I got the Nightmare Room, Mount Moon. That's true, but we used up all of our luck on that room.
Yeah.
We got nothing fun after that. No rare spawns after that. You can get like Kadabra randomly, get
I got
Porygon.
an Abra.
That's not a super rare spawn though.
It was only
like 4%.
5%.
Yeah, but it's not a Porygon level spawn.
True.
You know?
It's no Joker shiny Porygon.
I'm gonna try to set up the thing, see if that works. Take a little bit of time lost to do it. So I found this recently.
Oh, I love this.
If it'll work here, if I went back far enough. I did. Okay. So normally, what would happen there is your character flies up through the screen and then it goes to back black and loads the next area. However, if you're specifically under an overhang of the gym entrance, which you'll see later too, it skips that animation and saves about a second. So, well, it saves like 2 seconds on the loading and stuff, but the time it takes to move into that position takes like a second. So that's just a random time save I found like a couple months ago. That's the only place where it's applicable, because every other place you would do it, you're automatically placed close enough for it to automatically happen. But for some reason, the position you get dropped at outside of Erica's gym is just slightly too far. There's Jesse and James again. We're gonna fight him one more time here. We're gonna see him again later too, but we're only gonna fight him one more time. And here, but first we gotta fight Blue, everyone's favorite, aka Gary Oak. But it's not the same character, but it looks the same character. Wah, 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 wah. We're gonna fight Gary. We're gonna fight Blue. There he is. He's trying to test us. We're trying to save this corporation
This
from
makes no sense.
evil people, but he's like, wait, use your Pokemon and resources to battle me first and see if you're actually strong enough.
In the lobby of the place currently being taken over.
I don't know. It's not his best idea. Thank you, Fuhuku Gods, for your input. Giovanni, Fuhuku Gods, who wants to fight me first?
And who's he to even say that, oh, I am strong enough?
I'm going to switch to the Dodrio for safety. You can do Rapidash there. It is optimal to do Rapidash, but then you have to hit an 85% accurate Fire Blast.
I love Fire Blast.
Which I don't want to do. So I'm just going to do the safe strat and just use Drill Peck on the Dodrio, which is guaranteed to hit. So yeah, literally the only thing that resists us in the run, and we're just going to say goodbye to it. Use one of our X attacks. Oop. And then use Drill Peck. Blue also has a Charizard, which is very strong, and you can't one-shot with just your Scald unless you have a really strong Starmie. You can Hydro Pump it if you want to take the risk. Otherwise, you just use an X special attack, and it's totally fine. So I'll use the X special attack here. You can try to attack with your second Pokemon, but the Charizard's pretty fast, and will usually outspeed Rapidash or Dodrio. Let's see what we get here. See what AV we get, what awakening value. Speed. This is a really fast Starmie, which can potentially matter. It is possible to get so high speed that, oh, I forgot to get a rare candy. I can get one later. Okay. When I fly back to Celadon later. Wait, do I fly back to Celadon? No, I don't.
No.
I only need a candy.
Which one did you not get?
I didn't get the one in Mansion. I forgot because I wanted to try to skip it for this because of the.
Is the one you can grab here?
I'm getting that, but I need that for something else.
Well, isn't there one on 10th floor?
Yes.
In the room with the 3 boxes?
Yeah. Do you know which one it is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool. Okay. We'll grab that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter because my Starmie's decent, but I'll just do it to be safe. But yeah,
that's the very bottom one.
This is the worst fight in the game.
Because I'm skipping 4 trainers, I might be low in experience, and I should get a rare candy to fix it. But yeah, this is the worst fight in the game, and we'll see why in just a moment. We team up with Fuhuku Gods. And I'm very excited.
Oh boy!
There's a Muck. There's an Electrode. I put in my inputs, and for some reason this fight has way more lag than every other fight. You have to wait 15 seconds. It's not actually 15 seconds. There you go. And I got one of the worst
RNGs you could get,
but not the worst. You don't want to see Protect, but Self-Destruct's fine because it's not Thunderbolts. The worst thing that can happen is Thunderbolt spam on Starmie.
Yeah, you can just get stuck in a loop, and it just takes forever, and you're relying on Cubone to do anything. Level 36 Cubone, by the way.
Yeah, very, well, everything else here is pretty low level, but yeah, it's not great.
Could be worse. You could be using Haunter.
Yeah, there's a lot of alt mains you can do alt main's a thing in Pokemon where you beat the game with a Pokemon that is not the normal conventional main. Razor's done Haunter. It's awful. Most things
routing
are awful.
That was such a pain. So routing Haunter on this fight, you actually leave the Muck for last because everything else can super effective hit it.
I love
Sucker Punch on Cubon's great. Normally that Raticate likes to spam Sucker Punch on your Starmie and it hits for a weakness and it sucks.
I love alt mains where it's the only way to get through this is the most cursed thing I've ever devised in my entire life.
I can still get a good 4-turn fight here if Cubone hits Boomerang on the Raticate.
5 turns, yay!
That is the best case scenario. But yeah, as you can see why this fight's so bad is it can go anywhere from 3 turns to 5 turns on average and really, more than that if you're really unlucky. So Every turn is so much slower than your average other fight. It chose headbutt because it chose to target the Golbat. I actually am just going to heal here. Because I can die to Sucker Punch.
No, so we're just going to focus energy again?
Yep. You called it. Thanks.
Yeah, but the turns are faster now. There's only one. No, they're still slow. I
They're
forgot.
slow, but they're a little
faster. So that was. That was what, a 6 turn?
6 turn, yeah.
Yeah, that's really bad. You can get 3.
You can get 3. It saves a lot of time.
Yeah.
I love RNG.
That's when I would have been plot armor.
Like that fight, you can die in that fight. And it's not even that hard to die in that fight, but it doesn't happen that regularly.
Yeah,
it's just how much time you can lose, and it's completely out of your control.
Yeah, my fight RNG has actually been atrocious this run. My catch RNG has also been bad, but my catch route RNG has been really good in terms of things like actually spawning.
Pretty much across the entire series, anytime you have to do a true double, it sucks because trainer AI makes decisions sometimes.
Oh, I see the donation number has gone up. Do you have anything for us, Stump?
Oh, I very much do.
Oh.
We have a donation from Wells of $1,544 saying, okay, sounds like some pets need to happen.
Thank you, Wells. Thank you so much.
And with that, we will be fighting green.
Thank you so much.
I will, you know what? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, that puts us not that far away from 60,000, so I believe we can get there before this run finishes.
Yeah, I guess I'll extend it. I'll bring back the offer. If we hit 60,000, I will do 60,000
is an additional 44 pets.
Yes.
Thanks so much for that donation.
Thank you so much, Wells. Seriously, that
Small
is
bit of
so
optimization you can do.
That is
here.
incredible.
These silly warp pads. If you enter them if you picture a dot in the middle and you enter it not how do you explain this?
if you enter them angled specifically towards the center, like imagine there's a dot in the center and you're angled toward it precisely, you will just walk directly into it. If you're not precisely angled towards it, you will correct yourself and waste like half a second. So
you essentially need to run as if you were going to continue running directly through the middle of it.
Yeah.
That's how you explain it.
Good job. So there's a lot of teleport pads. For some reason, there's a lot in an office building. I don't know why, but there's also a lot in Sabrina's gym, so you can save a good chunk of time if you just do them all optimally. It is kind of tricky. Not the biggest deal to get down if you're.
I mean, Sofco is a world-leading technology company.
I guess so.
They did make the scope.
They made the scope. They made the lens.
They made the lens.
I don't think they made the lens. That's the scope lens.
That is, yeah. Wait,
it could
hold
be
on.
the scope lens.
No, it's yeah.
Maybe like underneath it says made by Sofco or something.
Probably.
So that's the last Jesse and James fight that we're gonna do. We'll see them again later, but much easier than the last Jesse and James fight we did. Much easier.
Largely because Starmie has Psychic, and it is Stab.
It's really good.
Our second mirror match.
Dun dun dun. Second of 3. We have one more with this guy. We'll see who is the better Giovanni here. Giovanni's trying to... I mean, what is he trying to do with this guy?
He's stealing the Master Ball.
Is that exactly what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
We're the OG. He's just trying to give us a bad name.
Yeah. And we're also dressed like him, but ignore that.
Or like,
I wish I had the turtleneck. That actually
the turtleneck.
Right?
The turtleneck is really good.
It does go hard. It's probably actually like a collared shirt or something, but it does look like a turtleneck. So this fight, once again, we're expecting a fake out, so we're just going to X special.
Hey, you actually got faked out for once.
This one is very favorite to do it. Because I think it's because he actually has smart AI, unlike the other ones. I think it literally always happens. I don't think you can see it in the battle scene, which also, the battle arenas always come round for some reason, but we'll see it in the office. You'll see that Oddish plant that I was talking about, the pot. He also has like 3 really detailed like paintings of the different legendary birds. That's pretty cool. Unlike the older games where you can just walk out of here and not get a Master Ball, I have to get it regardless, which is good because I need it to catch Mewtwo anyway, so.
Yeah, if you try to walk out, he's like, wait, don't you want to get the Master Ball? Apparently he kind of vaguely sounds like Mickey Mouse.
Wait. There's the Oddish plant. There it is.
Oh, that actually does roll.
Yeah, it really does.
There's a Zapdos painting. It's really nice. Unfortunately, you can't get a good look at it outside of this this cutscene, because this is the best angle you're going to get of them.
You can technically catch
What do you think is?
Mewtwo without the Master Ball. It's just really painful to try to do it.
sure.
What do you think those
Ultras.
awards are on the shelf?
I don't know. I didn't even notice the awards.
Unsure.
I never noticed.
So, okay. We're gonna quickly detour a little bit on our way out to grab our good friend Lapras. And then you're gonna go to floor 10. We're gonna go to floor 10 first. Is that
I guess
faster?
I go 10 first. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the very bottom.
Yeah.
So the very bottom one? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't technically need this, but it's substantially safer with the strats I am doing later. I could technically get the Flamethrower TM tier too to use on Mewtwo, but it's not going to
There's
be
also
necessary.
a revive there.
Ooh. So now we're going to go get our free Lapras on floor 7. Also another rare candy.
It's actually a max revive.
Honestly, not the worst idea to grab on a marathon run. So
No, it's not.
we get our candy here. Get our free Lapras. These can be shiny, by the way, which I've never gotten a shiny, but people have on runs in the past.
I mean,
Now's the time.
So my first ever AOP run, the Gift Charmander was a shiny.
Really? Wow.
It's so weird that this is the game where they didn't shiny lock as much.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also this game is great for shiny hunting.
It's a fantastic shine. It's again, this is my favorite Pokemon. This is a game that got me back into Pokemon because I played all the Pokemon games all the time as a kid, from Gen 1 through Gen 4, and then I kind of fell out of it, like a lot of people my age did around that time. And then I didn't play really again until this game came out. I played it in 2019, like a year after it had already come out, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is as someone who grew up with Gen 1, it's such I don't know,
Nostalgia?
such a sweet love letter to Gen 1 and Kanto and stuff. I love so many cool things about this game. Big fan. There's my free Porygon.
See, I played through Gen 5, fell out of Pokemon until I actually got back into speedrunning, largely because of this game.
Yeah.
Which is actually when I first started speedrunning in 2020.
Yeah, we haven't explained a lot of the battle mechanics stuff. If you probably know this already, but the battle mechanics are pretty stripped down compared to older games.
I mean, it's still the same. Like behind the scenes, it's doing all of the same math as any other Pokemon game. For the most part, EVs are different.
It's just stuff like no abilities.
Yeah,
like
a lot of stuff is stripped out. There's no abilities. There's no held items. There's a lot fewer moves, and Pokemon's learn sets are a lot smaller. I mean, the dex is a lot smaller. Because the Gen 7 game, there's some Gen 7 stuff thrown in here. Like there's some Alolan forms you can get. There are Mega Stones.
There are Mega Evolutions. We'll see one later. We'll see potentially more with the Meet Green incentive.
Potentially more?
Oh, sorry, we will see more.
Yeah,
We'll see more.
I was going to say, we do see more.
Do you not know?
So Sabrina wants a level 4 to have Pokemon. Spoilers, we have that. And now we get to do a bunch of teleporters and try not to hit trainers. So here we go.
A lot of the time save in here is just hitting those teleporters correctly, as mentioned before.
Sabrina fight's kind of troll. Do you want to explain it, Rizzer?
Yeah, so the Sabrina fight, ideally she'll use Light Screen. Turn 1.
Yeah.
If she doesn't use it turn 1, you have to wait a turn, because Light Screen will have the damage from your special attacks, which is all of our moves.
Yeah.
We also need to set up an X speed as well as 2 X special attacks. That way we outspeed the Alakazam, which is faster than us. It's one of the fastest Pokemon in Gen 1. And then we're guaranteed to have the special attack to take care of, again, Alakazam, who has a high special defense, but very low defense stat.
All right, perfect teleporters so far, so that's good. So the other thing that can happen in this fight, though, sometimes she just doesn't use Light Screen for 2 turns, and then you get the optimal fight and save a ton of time because you just bulldoze through the fight. Otherwise, Light Screen does last 5 turns, so you kind of just stall
Doesn't
out with
your
items.
world record have that?
No, maybe my Eevee one does. I don't think
I know one of your runs did.
Maybe. I've definitely gotten it before.
See, there's
I know you have.
My Pikachu
And we were all like
PB is
plot
awful.
armor.
My Pikachu BB loses a ton of time on this one for some reason. I don't know what happened. So yeah, I'm gonna just set up some items and hope that no Light Screen happens. And if it does,
It probably
is okay.
will.
It better be on turn 1. Although I have had it happen before where it happens
There it
on
is.
turn 3 because I just didn't have enough special attack and I missed Hydro Pump.
No.
We should have 3 more turns of Light Screen here. Thank God there's no held items, so this definitely would last 8.
Yep, so now I just go for a 2-shot with Scald. Fortunately, my special attack is decent here. Normally what you would do is if you have a bad roll on that first Scald, you would use a Hydro Pump to finish it off. I don't have Hydro Pump, so you just got to hope that it works out. Otherwise, you have to stall a turn.
So the reason you want it turn 1 if you're going to get it is because it guarantees to fall off before you take out Alakazam here.
Yep.
So then you're just guaranteed to one-shot it.
Yeah, there's no way to, like, bulldoze through the light screen to one-shot Mr. Mime or anything.
Nope.
So the 2-shot is just works out cleanly with the 5-turn time gate that it has. Stupid Marowak. I'm going to exactly hit level 48 just in time here. You
Good
pretty much always
news,
hit this.
it won't be in our party anymore.
Yeah, we're going to dump our party for everything except for just our Starmie and our Rapidash now that we can do all of our skips later with the Rapidash instead of, again, if you look at my world records for this category, you'll see they're all using Aerodactyl.
135 speed.
And this is the point where we have hit essentially our deadline for our catches, which we took care of that. We're good. But there are, if you don't have 50 at this point, there are a couple backups you can do. There's like a Moonstone you can get nearby. But yeah, that's pretty.
That's like the hardest teleporter to hit.
That's pretty much like the only easy backup at this point. And if you have the Firestone to evolve Ninetales, but or Vulpix.
Little menu here. Oop, do that. Gonna heal up. Gonna use that elixir I grabbed way long ago. Nope. I need to deposit. Like I said, gonna empty out my entire party here. Forgot I moved up Dodrio, so I have to do this. Gonna use one last rare candy on my Starmie until we use one more way later. If you're wondering why I don't candy it now, it's because of the friendship stuff, which we kind of talked about earlier. It does actually matter quite a bit. Rare candies add a lot of friendship, so if you candy too much too early, you will get turnarounds way earlier. Whereas like right now with this route, normally on an 80% no mount skip run, you should get them on Agatha. I might still get them on Agatha. Just depends on how many X items I use, but
there was a whole time where there's a lot of discussion and theory crafting around the optimal candy times and how many candies to get, and can you skip candies here? And at one point I was like, you could skip Lapras. Do not skip Lapras.
You can. No, do not skip Lapras.
You can, but
it's just very specific situation where it's worth it.
They're almost never worth it.
Yeah, it's very niche. If you're not sure, don't do it.
Yeah.
So now this is where we check if we actually have 50 Pokemon. I hope I didn't miscount. You have time. It takes a bit to show up. But yeah, this is also the worst gym in the entire game, by the way. This gym's awful. 50, yay. It's also really funny when it says 51. Sometimes you're like, oh no, I wasted time. You're trying to tap the...
Yeah, I was trying to jump scare you when you were doing your... getting your check and focused on that.
You failed.
Yeah, I did fail.
So this gym's terrible because everything has Protect and Toxic, and they're really annoying. This first fight is almost scarier than Koga himself.
This is the real gym meter.
Yeah, his name's Caden.
I think they modernized this gym puzzle in a good way.
For sure, for sure.
Like, I like the way they did it.
I just wish it didn't, like, lag sometimes. But.
Well, you can't win them all.
So this Muck has Moonblast, which can lower your special attack, has Protect, has Toxic. All horrible. Moonblast is fine if it doesn't get the actual special attack drop. And it has Minimize, yeah, which, fortunately, Protect turn 1 is exactly what you want to see, so I can just Psychic safely now. And
if
then
it goes for Minimize and it just goes Minimize, Protect, and it can go sideways it can like
fast. Whenever that happens, it just like perfectly reads like when you're going to miss and when you're going to hit, and then uses Protect. And I didn't get Protect on the Beedrill, which is awesome. Nice little time save.
So the one thing with this gym, and the reason why we don't like it so much, is because every Pokemon in here has Protect.
Oh, yeah.
Which will waste a turn, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, so it's actually really easy to just burn a bunch of Psychic PP, so you have to be really careful.
That's why you shouldn't, instead of picking Starmie, you should have picked Urshifu.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Then there's 4 Kogas. Depending on when the smoke like clears and when he does his animation, sometimes you get like extra lag, which is really cool. This time, perfectly timed. Did the smoke after the other smoke went away, so it didn't really matter. Nothing you can't really like play around it or anything. So
I guess you like technically could, but
it wouldn't be worth it.
But it would not be worth it. Yeah.
There's a few frames. It's not a big deal. So here I'm going to leave the X special again, the classic, and just hopefully sweep everything and not get too many protects. So I'm going to use
Boom
the X
turn
special.
1?
No.
Nope.
But totally fine.
Well, that's good. That's
Yeah.
turn 1 protect is good.
If your special attack's high enough, you can scald the Weezing and the Venomoth. I'm technically a little short, I think.
Just a little bit, yes.
Yeah, so I'm just going to psychic through everything here and hope I don't get unlucky.
Okay.
That's a really
This is
good
going
start.
really good so far. Golbat's up next. I don't have to psychic this, so I'm just going to Thunderbolt it because it is one input away. Okay. Why am I getting the best Kogo of all time? This is ridiculous. Thunderbolt just to save the PP there, even though I technically was pretty good on Psychic PP. Can we get Protectless Koga? Oh. One Protect in the entire gym, though, is really good.
That's really good.
Average is like 4. So.
Because the first one doesn't actually count. The Weezing
Yeah.
one.
The one where he X special is like, who cares?
Like, who cares? In fact, it's good that he protects that turn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then he's not going to do it the next turn, most likely.
The optimal fight there is if he actually goes Explosion turn 1 and doesn't crit you.
Yeah, because then you get knocked to low HP where they are encouraged to attack you because they think they'll kill you. Except you outspeed all of them, so they all die. And then they won't protect, though, so it's really nice.
Although I have got Explosion turn 1 and crit killed.
No, brutal. So yeah, we got the teeth from Jesse and James there earlier. We're going to return it to the Warden in order to get Strong Push, aka Strength, which is implemented in a really annoying way in this game, which we'll see later. But while we're doing this, I'm going to go get this technique and then go to the Viridian Gym and talk to some people. So while we're doing that, Stump, take it away.
All right. Now, from back in Sylph, Sandy Beach IRL gave $2 saying instead of a rare candy, you could use Lapras.
True.
And we have $8.45 from Bungie to the Tree, who says, so proud to see how far Etchy has come in its speedrun/content journey. Thank you for being an awesome friend as well. Can't wait to beat you in GLC.
Much
This
love,
donation
Bungie.
is in honor of the best bird, Cramoran.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I know Cramoran's deck somewhere now.
Yep.
And we have $25 from Bob the Ninja Goldfish, who says, so I go AFK for a while, and not only am I doing commentary, I'm also in the run. Thank you to everyone that helped name the Eevee, and by doing so, acknowledged me, your tribal chief. All wrestling bits aside, it's meant a lot to me for all the support everyone has given me this year not being on site. Glad to see my whale lord itself has so many Poke friends. And I will see you all for another hosting shift tomorrow.
Yay.
Every time it is like, if you're not expecting it.
So what's happening here, Razor? What are they saying to us?
So here they're actually giving you the Mega Stones, which
2 hearts are held as one.
we won't
Mega
ever
evolve.
Mega Evolve. Mega Evolutions were fantastic, and I'm so glad they're bringing them back for ZA.
True.
Please give us a Mega Flagon.
There's only one. There are like 2 Mega Evolutions I actually like.
Which
and
are?
it's Sableye twice.
Mega Sableye is good.
I love Mega Sableye. It's
Meh.
so good. The meh?
Meh.
Okay, Etchy, who's your favorite Mega?
Fair Mega? I like Mega Charizard. It's really cool.
Oh, okay. Which one?
The black and blue one.
Oh, okay.
I think actually the best Mega. A lot of them look really stupid, honestly. Ampharos is like the one everyone says, but it is pretty good.
Ampharos is pretty good.
I have a soft
Mega
spot for
Ampharos is good.
Manectric, honestly, because I just think making the spikes 10 times bigger is hilarious as a Mega concept. So now we're entering Giovanni's gym. There's one scary fight in here, but it's not going to be scary because I'm going to do the safe strat. Normally you would Hydro Pump the next trainer, and that's the next one.
So you're kind of like not supposed to fight this trainer here, really.
Yeah.
But by fighting it here, it doesn't walk forward later and block a path. You can actually, if you die in this gym and re-enter, you can skip another trainer because their position resets. Or it goes to the spot where it thinks it would have fought you.
Right.
Which is up further, so you can just walk past.
Yeah, it's
I
really
found this
interesting.
on accident, and there's no way to actually make it useful because you have to die to do it because you can't exit the gym any other way. Otherwise, it would probably be worth it. If you could just like, well, if you had dig, but that's really slow.
Yeah, dying is like slow because you have to start a fight. You can put in only like a weak Pokemon.
Yeah, if you could escape rope out, then it would be sick. But
see, I'm gonna summon the second player here. And just take this fight very safely. We normally would Hydro Pump this, which is risky because then you just die if you miss and it hits Mega Horn. But with 2 controllers, totally safe. You lose a couple seconds, but
and you don't even have a choice. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't teach Hydro Pump, so it kind of neutralizes that time loss because the time save of not teaching Hydro Pump is erased here, so it evens out totally fine.
If your special attack's extremely high, you can actually just use Psychic and kill.
Yep.
But so you actually need to be level 50 for it, unfortunately, because level 49, you technically can't hit you can hit a range where you can kill it, but you can't hit a range where you can kill it better than Hydro Pump.
Yeah. Now we can just go down here because that trainer's not in the right spot.
Yep. Then we go fight this guy. Last trainer in the gym. Just has a Graveler. We're going to Scald. Surprise, surprise. I'm trying to remember where my X defense was in the menu. I want to say it's up left, but we'll see when I get to Giovanni. Strat for Giovanni. X defend, X special, sweep. The Doug Trio is extremely fast. It is one of the few things that just like naturally outspeeds us while we're similar level to it. And we'll get a bunch of hits in, so we do need to do the X defense. If you have a particularly extremely bulky Starmie, which has basically never happened to me, you can potentially skip the X defense. Also, sometimes it just uses bad moves, and you can just live anyway.
Or you could just do a 2-controller fight.
Yeah, this is normally in races I do a 2-controller strat where I just use Rapidash. Guarantees it uses Earthquake, Rapidash dies, you go on your merry way, but I don't want to do that. I want to do the fun strat. Also, sometimes you get trolled.
Don't you have to revive it then, too?
You have to revive it, so it is slow. And the other thing, bad thing that can happen is that you get Earthquake, and then Rapidash Power of Love from the Friendship activates, so it doesn't die, and then just stays alive the rest of the fight.
Bad.
Which is really bad.
That is very bad.
Loses a lot of time.
The other thing that is very bad here is if you get crit.
That won't happen.
Come on. I love how just wiggly Doug Trio is in this game.
Oh, it's so wiggly. It looks like it looks the same in like Stadium and stuff.
Yeah.
It does.
Like the mini games where you throw things at the Diglets. It looks
but
exactly
just just how HD wiggly it is.
Yeah, unfortunately, triple Earthquake is like the worst case scenario, but didn't crit, so we're fine. I do have to heal before I enter the next fight. Please, both of you remind me to heal before I enter that fight. But now we just sweep with Scald, so we are chilling here. And a reminder, if we get 60,000, I'll say by the end of the green incentive, then
44 more pets.
Get more pets, so get those in for sure.
It would look just like this. It's not working.
No, it's not.
I broke it.
Let Pikachu rest.
Okay.
He deserves it.
Pikachu and Gengar.
Yeah, maybe Gengar doesn't deserve the rest. I don't know. Dude's pretty devious looking.
Gengar is. I feel
He's
like
killed me a few
you were
times
like,
in the speedrun.
Gengar needs the headset, or Gengar can't wear the headset, so he can't be a gamer. I'm like, look at that face. Gengar is a born gamer.
That's a gamer face for sure.
Gengar is amazing.
Gengar oh.
Hey, there you go.
Gengar just like griefed your Minecraft base.
Exactly. All right, so that's our last gym badge. We are done with that. We're getting really close to those mount skips, by the way. I'll try to take them a little slow so I can explain things, but...
Yeah, because we can't.
Yeah.
These are like world premieres.
Yeah, world premiere mount skips. That
Technically, they were world premiered on his Twitter, but
I did tweet them already. I did spoil them.
This is the marathon world premiere.
So I will remember to heal, like I said I would.
I mean, these are essentially the like full run world premiere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're witnessing history here.
This is history, chat.
Well, first you're witnessing Rival 5, but then you're witnessing history.
I'll have more time for shout-outs when we're waiting through the credits to do the Beat Green incentive, but I do want to shout out again Sandy Beach for helping with a lot of research with this stuff, and Anubis in particular for helping with a ton of research and making it possible and figuring out catch rate stuff for us, which changed our lives. So big shout-out to Anubis for sure. And now we go do this fight.
Just shout outs to the whole Let's Go community.
Oh yeah,
in general.
we'll shout them all out at the during our 5 minutes of credit.
Yeah. Hey, that's pretty short.
That
That's
is pretty
not
short.
bad.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
And they're probably some of the cutest credits in Pokemon, and there's no
True.
Ed Sheeran, so it's like a win-win.
So now we're teaming up against
Fahuka Gods.
Gods. Normal 2-controller cheese stuff. The only quirky thing with this fight is that we very specifically always have to X-Speed on turn 2, because with this specific Pokemon combination, we guarantee the Raichu always comes out either 3rd or 4th. So we have time to X-Speed and go use 2 X special attacks. And in this game, it's fixed in later gens, but if you use an X-Speed, it doesn't activate until the next turn, basically, on a 2-controller fight. So I'm going to use that X-Speed here.
So the reason we need X speed now rather than on the turn we fight the Raichu is because it takes 1 turn before you actually get the +2 bonus.
Yeah, and that Raichu will outspeed you and kill you. It is very bad.
Can, although if you're extremely fast, you can actually outspeed it.
You are pretty fast.
I don't.
You don't outspeed it, it's 140.
You got to be faster than that.
It's got to be 140.
I am not that fast.
No,
yeah, if
you
you're
had-
really fast, you can also outspeed Agatha, but that like never happens. I've been really close before.
Well, if you're 139, you could always
Oh, I
just
don't-
win the
I don't-
speed tie, right?
True. All right, so that's the last fight we hopefully do until Elite Four. Normally, so in the older Kanto games, there's actually like 0 fights in Victory Road. This game, there's like 4 or 5.
Yeah,
or
they made
whatever.
them all like
4.
required for some reason. I don't know why.
But we're gonna unrequire them. we're gonna fix this again. So I have to use a special controller to do the skips that I'm going to do once I enter Victory Road. I have to switch controllers, which is like a whole process, which is kind of annoying. I do it during a cutscene to try to not lose time. These controllers are very bad and very finicky. They're very cheap. These are literally $20 for the set of Joy-Cons, again, on Amazon.
Which is like half the price of a single Joy-Con if you get them first party, so...
Yeah, so they're not great, but they do the one thing that they need to do very well, which is go in straight lines, which you cannot do with a normal Joy-Con. Again,
It's not,
this is why
unless
this
you're
category is
like not
different.
reliably.
No, yeah. Like
You mean
the amount of
Joy-Cons were
sub-pixel
great?
precision
What?
you need is ridiculous. Even there's like Joy-Con joysticks you can get like third party to replace like your drifting Joy-Cons that naturally have some kind of like direction locking and still don't lock them nearly to the degree that this Joy-Con does for some reason.
I'm telling
it's
you, you gotta
ridiculous.
take that stick and put it in a
Somewhere
different
else.
shell.
True. I don't think it'll work, but true. So yeah, these skips, again, I'm going to be doing some pretty funny inputs and things to basically set myself up to literally sub-pixel perfect positions. And the amount of pixels that you're going to see are units, I guess, is a very... Like, me moving that much, like from that guard to that gate, is probably like 100 pixels or something. So I need to do like sub-pixel perfect movements.
Are you gonna do a save here?
I should probably save, yeah.
Yeah, because especially
show
because
them
of the hats.
I'm going to turn off the Joy-Con there. Turn on this one.
Your Joy-Cons turn on and off way faster than mine.
Whoa.
That's if you hit 60K, that's what we could be doing.
Like I said, these Joy-Cons are not good. That was not me. That was the Joy-Cons. So I'm going to run off the rappel here. So now I'm going to do some funny tricks here. I'm going to use the Starmie to position myself in the very specific Y coordinate. I'm going to move up a little bit. Sorry, I'm going to unmount. Run. Nope, that was the wrong direction. So sometimes there's randomness for which direction you move in. So I'm going to do this. Go up. Hopefully I wiggle. That's what I call it. Go to the left here. You see me turn left? Yep, perfect. I'm going to mount the Rapidash. I'm going to wait till my character mounts it. Pause, buffer up an input, wiggle again to the left, remount Rapidash, and I should skip right past this trainer. Perfect. Cool. That's the first one down.
That's so hard.
That's the easy one.
I know, and it's still really hard.
So these next couple skips I'm going to do are a new technique I've put together. The old one, basically that was from Sandy, by the way. I didn't make that one because I couldn't find a good one with the new technique. But the new technique, the old technique, basically all you had to do was just do a specific set of inputs and it would always work. The new technique will only always work if you specifically line yourself in a very limited visual range. So it's entirely visual cues. I have to be very careful here. I'm going to line myself up with this rock next to my feet. That looks good. Remount the Rapidash, and I should fly right past this trainer. Perfect.
Oh,
Not
okay,
that
well,
one,
no,
not that one.
That one you can just wait.
I could potentially skip that trainer too if I had a setup for it, but that's not worth it. You know what? Maybe it is worth it.
There's no way it's worth it.
So before we do the next skip, I'm going to go ahead and go up here, do some boulder pushing, talk to Officer Jenny to get a free heal. And then we're going to push this boulder in the right spot. I could go down that ladder to get Moltres, but we're not going to be doing that today. It's not worth it for the run because it is just not a good Pokemon for endgame, unfortunately.
It's also just painful to catch. Although
Yeah.
it's a lot
can
better
master
than
all of it,
catching
yeah.
Zapdos.
True. Yeah, unfortunately, Starmie's just really good. Starmie's kind of broken. Ridiculously perfect storm type situation for this Pokemon.
Water Psychic is just such a strong typing.
So there's a little skip I'm going to do here, which is not a mount skip. It's just a skip that we've always done to skip this next trainer. And then there's 2 trainers that block the same area. You can skip either one. But with Rapidash, I only have a skip to skip the scarier trainer, which if you hit is really bad.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that skip.
Yeah, so that's one of them, but that's on a mount skip. So here,
That's the Alexa skip.
I'm going to go up here. I got to, again, line myself up very carefully. That looks good. Not that, and good. Okay, so we skipped that trainer. That trainer is really bad to hit it because he has an Electro that outspeeds you and will just try to kill you. But yeah, these are, again, extremely, like, it's really hard to describe how precise these skips are. I have very particular visual cues for all of them to make it work. And they have a little bit of leniency, fortunately. I can be like, the way they work is like, the position I get into initially is not the pixel perfect position, but it's the idea is that the movement I do after that will get me into approximately the pixel perfect position. So the actual starting position has a little bit of leniency, but not that much. And it should always get you within 1 pixel of where you need to actually be. So this next trainer is the legendary Dawson, where he first discovered the skip accidentally, thanks to Cruel. Very funny stuff.
I do believe Emray's also hit it.
Yeah, yeah. So I think I've hit it. Wave Warrior hit it on a random one once and got world record before we split the categories too. I'm going to. That looks good. Do that. Mount Rapidash again. Mount just to reset the cycle to make sure we're good, and we're done with the skips.
That's all of them. And that saves so much time.
Yes, that is 4 minutes of time save overall, basically.
And again, so as we mentioned before, the old strats used to use Aerodactyl for that, and the setups are easier.
Yes.
But we have to go to the Pewter Museum and get the old Amber, and then we got to go revive the fossil, which does mean we get to revive another fossil, so that's nice because it saves another catch. But it's very much out of the way. So these new setups, which never before performed live.
You're welcome. Those are also way faster than the Aerodactyl setups. Like I said, the Aerodactyl one are basically the old style where you have to do specific repeated inputs, and as long as you do those inputs, you always get the right place, but they always require a lot of inputs. Whereas these are like, you line up visually, you go, and that's it. So even extra time save on top of just skipping the trainers. So you skip 4 trainers and do all that.
We've learned you can do it in the rocket gear.
This is true. Yeah, the visual cues are the same, so we're good. And the nice thing too, without fighting the trainers, I'm just full health entering this area, so I'm just chilling. I don't do any extra menuing. I'm going to keep Rapidash regardless for marathon safety. I'll do the race strats at the end of it. Speaking of races, while I do this fight where I'm literally just going to set up 3x special attacks and sweep, I do want to mention that we are doing a tournament. We did one last year too. That was the first one. Annual Let's Go speedrunning tournament. Not this category where you need the fancy controller, just the regular no mount skips category. I think the sign-up's literally just closed, but they'll be broadcast all summer. I don't think they're going to go as long as last year, but
Probably not.
for a while on the Pokemon Speedruns TV channel. Definitely check that out. I'll probably be competing in it again. I'm very excited to do a lot of good competition this year.
I mean, probably. Sign-up's closed. Are you doing it or not?
I signed up. I don't know if I'll fully go all the way. We'll see. But I do plan to.
I did not sign up.
I didn't sign up.
No.
I know this is surprising.
But you can both commentate, so it's all.
That is true. I will probably
I'm
commentate
mostly
at
an
least one match or
AOP
two.
runner, and then I'm learning the Baldur's Gate 3 run.
I'm a full-time Let's Go commentator at this point.
Right?
So this fight and the next one are very simple and straightforward. So Stump, take it away.
All right. Let's see here. We have $5 from our anonymous store
Saying that, yeah?
saying, I love Pokemon. I love mental health support. Wait, I love RPG Limit Break. What a great event for a great cause. Much love to everyone involved. Cute Pens donates $50 saying, all Pokemon are cute, but Vulpix is the cutest.
Vulpix is cute.
Zik3 donates $10 saying, good luck on the rest of the run, Etchy.
Soon to be Ape Quest runner Zik3.
True.
Thank you.
And Ferretskin donates $5.50 saying, Dynamax is the only good Mega. Also, Wailord, Gengar, Wailord.
Okay. That one's so much shorter. One more. Wait, no, I'm wrong. We're good.
Okay, I accidentally threw on that fight, but it's all good. I accidentally psychic the slow.
You have enough psychics, though, right?
Yeah, I just had to scald the first thing, but it does force me to heal here, which I didn't want to do. But now I can't die to crit or faint.
That's
so
true.
all according to
Now your
plan.
world record run is
Yeah, totally.
your Rocket Gear world record run.
Yeah.
This is probably the Rocket Gear world record.
It should be. It should be. Okay, if you have anything else, Stump, go for it.
All right. Inspector Hintervan has donated $4.95 saying, Snivy, best Pokemon. And Ari has donated $10 saying, this has been my first RPG Limit Break, both watching and volunteering. I can't overstate how welcoming and helpful this community has been. Thank you all so much for making such a great event. I'd also like to point out that according to chat, there is still a little over an hour left to sign up for that tournament you mentioned.
Oh, cool, perfect. So yeah, if you want to do it as a way to excuse to force yourself to learn a fantastic speedrun, super easy to learn. Again, my first Pokemon speedrun, and incredibly rewarding and challenging to master. Definitely recommend it. I have a lot of really great beginner resources that I've made. There's also a lot of really great beginner resources that other people have made. They're all in the Discord /speedrun.com that you can find them all there as well.
Yeah,
so
the Switch
definitely check them out.
Pokemon speedrunning community is very, very inviting.
Yep.
So
Tell you what, chat. Are we at 60K yet?
No, we're 551 away.
Okay, if we hit 60,000, I will sign up for the
yeah,
No, we got time. And again, 60 rubs on the Eevee if we get to 60,000. So if you want to see Eevee be really appreciative and really happy, you got to do it.
Eevee's really at an angle there.
So I need to heal again, unfortunately.
So this fight is like the bad one.
Yeah. Very unlikely to go wrong though because I do have rapid.
I wish I
Dash,
could
so.
show you the notes. There's just a big grid. It's not like that bad or complicated of a
it's not
fight.
that bad.
The notes just look funny in that way.
You can just get trolled pretty hard here because this Arbok likes to paralyze you and then crunch you, which can defense drop you, which makes the next crunch and the potential quick attacks later really hurt. And you just don't want to deal with that. So we're just going to hope for the best. Now, I don't think I have enough friendship to get the Power of Love, aka the free breakout from Paralysis. I should be a little short. I don't think I used any extra X items. We'll see. But that's why I picked up that full restore earlier. So I'll just pop that in a moment. Hopefully I don't
Do we
get
got
any
a turn
defense
two?
drop.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I have the friendship. I'll know once I heal here. I did in my practice run, but I did use an extra X item. Yeah, I don't have the friendship for it, so. Totally fine. Now I just spam Psychic, and we beat Agatha. No big deal.
Yeah, you pretty much just like defense drop and crit could be problems.
Yep.
The ideal
And, like,
fight there is actually you get the Power of Love turn 2.
But you don't. You have yes. You have the friendship for that at this point?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't normally have it on the 80% run because you are under-leveled and used less X items because you skipped all those trainers in Victory
Yeah.
Road.
Yep.
And-
Reference.
Oh. Him.
Him. He.
Wait. Hold on. Hold. Chat, hold.
Holding.
What if I told you, not one, not two, but
Three.
him.
Him.
And goodbye.
His little God, Gengar is so good.
I love all the animations. I like that Starmie doesn't look too wiggly in this game too, because sometimes they make him really wiggly.
Yeah. Starmie like can wiggle. Sometimes Starmie wiggles. a little
Staryu in
bit.
particular, they always make
But
them wiggle super
But
wildly.
Starmie knows restraint. It knows that if you wiggle too much, it kind of loses its impact.
I'm going to heal up here.
Scary
Pop
menu.
No, it's not because I have max
Oh,
elixir.
you have the max elixir.
On Pika version, you use the
Pika
Ether.
version is, like, that's also why I actually prefer Eevee, is because I don't have to worry about that.
So
I have
ether
messed that up
menus,
so bad.
like, don't keep the way that ether menus work is like it feels slightly weird, and that like if you're just mashing through it, it feels like it's one input earlier because the text box will show up, but then the prompt is on the same menu or the same input as the text box, so it doesn't clear the text box. And so if you don't know that, then it's very easy to just ether your first move and then kill your run. It happens
sure.
in
It happens to all
it
of
happens in
us.
like every. I think it still works like I don't know which Pokemon games have that, but I know it happens in this one. I know it happens in Gen 6. But once you get used to it, it's not too bad.
So I'm going to summon the second controller here. This is just a safety strat. This fight normally will just kill you repeatedly on World Record pace. I know this
Oh yeah, this
very
is
well.
This one's also very bad.
But fortunately, with 2 controller safety strats, it is totally fine. I'm just going to X special again here. That should put me at 2, so I just do
That
one
is
more.
2, yes.
And then I heal, and then we just chill. The nice thing with doing the 2 controller shot too is you preemptively heal for the next fight, so you're just kind of chilling. And also, my special attack is high enough to just guarantee one shot lands this Dragonite, which is normally the big scary thing that sometimes kills your runs if you don't. So normally what happens on this fight is you have to set up for like 6 turns on the Seadra, which will always just randomly crit you and kill your run. Because you set up with an X special
It's
defend.
really 6 turns? Yeah, it is.
Yep.
You set up with an X special defend, but crits shred through any special defense boost like that. So it's
That or
really
if you don't
unfortunate.
have the special attack to kill the Dragonite, and then it just subsequently kills you anyway.
It is possible to boost yourself to the maximum special attack and still not guaranteed kill the Dragonite. It is really bad.
And it's 1 in 24 to get crit, but they do get 3 chances to do it. So
More than that, they can like soften you up with other hits and then do that. So now I'm done healing and setting up, so I'm just going to spam Stomp. The other nice thing with the strat too is if you don't get the one shot on the Dragonite, Rapidash always outspeeds it and can use Stomp to finish it off. So this is also why I needed to get the candy, because it turns out that's not guaranteed at level 52 with Starmie, which I would be here, unfortunately. And that'll be Lance. All right, we are, again, $500 to go. I will give you until we fight Green to hit the incentive. If we hit $60,000, I'll rub Eevee 60 times. So you must do it.
$472 more.
We're getting
We can do
there.
it.
You want to read off like a one quick thing, maybe? Stump?
Sure. We have $79 from 3 Ducks saying, here's $79 as a X donation for my favorite Pokemon, Slowpoke.
Yay.
Great run. Love you guys. Can't wait for a little break. Well,
Skip the cutscene.
yeah, that's, we kind of weren't there. But thanks so much.
Thank you so much. All right, Champion. Banger song.
Banger alert.
Easily my favorite like remix of all the songs in this game. My favorite rendition of the Champion Kanto Champion theme. So we're getting. Oh no! Gengar!
Not Ginger, no.
Gengar. I'm so sorry. And you,
I'm just going to have to put it on
Gengar,
here.
if we put the headset on, will it be okay again? Okay.
So there's a Mega Pokemon, by the way.
It's fine.
I think Mega Pidgeot's pretty good.
Mega Pidgeot's awesome.
I like that it's just Power Love.
Cool.
I like that it's just a cool bird.
Should always quick attack here.
But I feel like Mega
Kill the
Pidgeot
Rapidash?
could have just been like a regional form and it would be pretty the same, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, the Mega Pidgeot, also very terrifying run under Pokemon, but we're doing the safe strat here, just dealing with it, no problem whatsoever. This is what we do in races. This is what you'll see a lot in the tournament. And now I just sweep the rest of the team, no problem. So we are basically at the end of the run. There would be technically a way to die if I was on Pikachu version, because Rival has a Jolteon instead of a Raichu, and the Jolteon's quite a bit bulkier than the Raichu. So you would actually have to set up to +6 typically, which is 3x special attacks. But fortunately, we're just fighting a little old Raichu. Goes down nice and easy. I'm sorry for Bahooka Gods.
Bahooka gods.
Bahooka Gods.
It's not that hard.
It actually is. Don't do this. And then there's Marowak.
It's like you haven't had that song stuck in your head to some extent for 2 decades or something.
Yeah, I have not. Bonus level up here. You would normally avoid this, but because I had the candy the way I did, you get the extra level. And now I just Thunderbolt this and not Psychic it. I literally can't Psychic it by mistake because I'm out of Psychics. And that's Champion. Time will be when it fades to black after the Hall of Fame, so we still got another minute here. I'll do all my shoutouts during the credits too while we're waiting for the Beat Green. We'll start the Beat Green incentive the moment this run basically ends because we just go right into it. And we just have to wait through the credits, unfortunately, but it's all according to plan. It's all good. And yeah, here we get our sweet ending music. Oak congratulates us. And now there's a bunch of post-game content we actually unlock here. We can rebattle all the gym leaders, the Elite Four. They all have much stronger Pokemon now. You can do the Mewtwo stuff. You can do all the legendary stuff. You can do battles with green, blue, and red. There's even red in this game. Unfortunately, red takes way too long to actually unlock, so I didn't submit it as an incentive here. And there's also over 150 master, or somewhere around 150 master trainers. Technically a little less, which are really cool boss fights in this game. All right, and time will be in just a moment once we get one more screen here. And time. Yes. Thank you so much to RPG Limit Break for letting me show off my favorite speedrun, my favorite Pokemon Switch game. Honestly, it's probably just my favorite Pokemon game at this point. I love this game so much. Highly recommend checking this run out if you're even remotely interested in Pokemon or speedruns that are like very unspeedrun-like, very more like a randomizer. Every run is fresh and different. There were decisions that came up in this run that I had never had to make it before, like, oh, what do I do between Glowing Geodude, Onix, and Chansey? Like,
we have to find you a rare candy.
Yeah, literally dynamic, unique stuff comes up every run. You're always making decisions. It's really cool, really unique. Love it to death. I'm glad I got to show it off on such a big stage here. A bunch of shout-outs to do. So first of all, shout out to Corvimae and Razor's Edge for joining me very late at night for, well, not super late at night, but a little late at night for this run.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
I'm really glad we got to, I'm really glad I had two people who have run the game before and have a lot of knowledge, especially of other categories too, to help with this. I'm glad we ran Eevee version, so you have more to commentate about.
I've run Pika, so I know both.
Yeah, there's a ton of community shoutouts. Again, check out the Pokemon Speedrunning Switch Discord and the Let's Go Tournament Discord, especially to get a lot of info and tips, tricks, etc. The speedrun.com website has all the resources linked there, so you can get them all there without joining the Discords too. Totally fine. If you have any questions about the run, you're always free to ask either of those resources or just ask us directly. We're happy to help. Shout out to... Oh gosh, I'm just gonna name all the runners again.
Yeah.
Shout out to Etiquette for being the OG GOAT, who did a lot of strat hunting, especially when the game was new, and helped with a lot of stuff, both way back when and also still currently helps with a ton of stuff.
And getting us a tracker.
Yeah, made the tracker, is the GOAT, etc., etc. Again, huge shout out to Anubis for helping us with a bunch of strat finding stuff and helping us make these mount skips a reality and making the first glitched Pokemon run in like 4 generations, which is pretty cool. 3 generations. Math, whatever. Shout out to Sandy Beach again for helping out with those as well. Shout out to New Amber for being a GOAT at this game as well. Saying Joker. Dude, I'm just going to name do I just name it literally? Everybody? T-Pat. Randall for being the AOP GOAT in particular. That dude has destroyed the AOP category. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
He really has.
And also just got sub 3 and 90% no mount skips a couple days ago too. Gosh, there's so many people. Everyone I didn't shout out. I love the community's awesome. Definitely what's made me keep running this game for so long is just having so many nice people to bounce ideas off of and continually hunt strats and try to improve this game and optimize it more. Any other shout outs you two would like to do?
No, I think you just about hit everybody.
Cool. All right. Anything from
Shout
you?
outs to you.
Oh,
Right?
thank you. Yeah, I love this game. Everyone should run this game. Everyone should watch this game. Watch ones of this game. Stump, anything you would like to throw in here?
Well, I wanted to say GG. Thanks
Thank
so much
you.
for the run. I can't wait to see the green fight.
Yeah, we get to see the best cutscene of all time.
I don't know
pretty
what this
soon here.
is. I legitimately have not seen this.
Again, we have until I fight green to get $60,000. We get $60,000 during this run. I'll pet the crud out of this Eevee.
Yeah,
So.
we need that to happen.
at that Eevee.
And we are.
Oh, I should've just-
Look at that
We just need
Eevee.
another $472 for that. And we have $15 from KFizzle4 saying, it's always Linguar B. That was for one of the many bid wars in the Dragon Warrior 4 run. That'll be a few runs away from this.
I'm going to look up the speedrun.com page and shout out more people. But yeah, so now I got to go run over to Cerulean Cave to catch Mewtwo, because that's how we unlock the green fight.
That's all the time I have
Kerbis?
for now. I need to go back to Cerulean Cave to catch my Mewtwo. Kerbis, Greta.
Greta,
Corvus,
yes.
54, OG competitor. We battled a lot back in the day. And is starting to run the game again, which is really exciting. Greta, goated in many, many ways. Does a lot of resource stuff.
Ton of like
Moderation
super
stuff.
critical to like Switch Pokemon speedrunning or running at all.
Wave Warrior aspect. Keith. How could I forget Keith?
Keith.
Dynam. Catanese.
Furious, J-Tattles.
J-Tattles, all of them. I had to surf here. Oh, did I? I did repel. Okay, so we're good. So we're going to go enter Cerulean Cave now. I have to make sure I grab the escape rope in there, otherwise I can't leave quickly, and I will not do this under 15 minutes.
So Eevee is in the front of the surfboard, so Eevee's kind of your navigator, and that's why Eevee is the one who does it for you.
Yes.
That's my theory.
Yes.
I've played Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, the timer technically started as soon as we did the credits. That's how I timed the incentive, so you can start the timer whenever, I guess. It's fine.
Most of this is getting Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're literally just doing the same thing twice, except one time there's Mewtwo and one time there's green. But it is worth it, I promise. Again, the Mewtwo is guaranteed to be modest nature, which is actually really nice
Yeah.
for this next fight we're going to do.
Well,
Because we are going to use the Mewtwo on the fight.
Unless your run goes really bad, it takes longer than a day.
So the escape rope's right there, unless I am mistaken. Cool, we're good.
Get the bonus fossil for fun.
I mean, it might not be, right? Isn't it random what it is?
Yes.
It is random, yes.
Oh, sure, I can. Why not? Yeah, this is how you get the other fossil in the game. You can also randomly get, like, Master Balls here.
See?
Oh.
See? Do not ever doubt me again.
Where my domers at?
Don't say that.
All right, so there should be a little Mewtwo here.
Fun fact, in AOP we actually get Dome Fossil
I
rather
am
than
going
Helix
to
to start.
I need to withdraw more Pokemon just to have, like, things to sacrifice to Mewtwo. Because this thing's going to shred through my entire team really fast. So
The
that should
OG
be fine.
Uber right there. You gonna save?
Nah, I don't need
Okay. What if you run out of Pokeballs?
I think I'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
No shiny. Unlucky.
Because sometimes the motion controls gets bad and you just waste your Master Ball.
True,
So.
true. Oh, it's supposed to... Oh, it didn't register me summoning. Oh, well. Yeah, for some reason, the legendaries have, like, a 5-minute timer, which, like,
I don't
you should never hit.
understand why match time exists.
Yeah, it's really weird. But my strat for this entire fight is just going
Is
to
that
be...
a go thing, maybe?
Maybe. I'm just going to spam Scald and X special attacks and then eventually win. It can use Recover and Troll. And yeah, the Mewtwo's just going to shred through my entire rest of my party. I do the X special here. And I believe, regardless, I owe 16 rubs.
You do.
On
That is
the
correct.
Eevee, so I will do that regardless. All right, hopefully we're just done this next turn, but sometimes it likes to recover. So yeah, in this game, the way these boss fights work is you have to actually defeat the Pokemon, and then you can catch it after. You do the normal Pokemon Go catching after the fact. Same with Snorlax, like we saw earlier.
It's kind of like a go raid.
Yeah, yeah.
Thankfully, it didn't go for light screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also very annoying.
Very.
All right. Oh no, super.
Oh,
hard
it's so
Pokemon.
hard
Oh, I used
to
all my
catch.
Ultra Balls earlier.
Oh, no. That's such a cool animation, I gotta say.
It is. Yeah, they all have like attack. They all
they
use their
just-
attack animation when you Master Ball. Even like a Venonat will like attack you.
And then like the sound it makes of like. Bloop.
I like it's the Mewtwo ball too. The M stands for Mewtwo.
Oh, I thought it stood for Mario.
Nope. Stands for more donations for Nami.
Stands for get us to 60,000.
True.
All right, so I'm gonna shake away the controller now. Going to swap up the Mewtwo. And we'll rope on. No, we'll not Dome Fossil out of here. We'll rope out of here. Ooh,
You're gonna
spinny
teach some
Rapidash.
moves.
No,
No, you don't
I
need
just
any.
need Psychic. It's fine.
Can I teach
Psychic.
Fire Blast?
Dude, Mewtwo has like 150 base special attack or something. It's ridiculous. I think it's 154, right?
Oh, yeah, and then thanks.
Something like that.
Yeah, thanks for the 3 escape ropes. And now so now green is unlocked, and she is back there, back where we just were. So
Yeah.
I just gotta run back there. You know what? Really quickly, let's go ahead and do our pets. Oh, let's stall for time and get some pets in.
Me with heart and soul.
Oh,
Which means while we're doing these, now would be a great time for some more donations.
yeah.
All right. We have $15 from Etchy without a comment. $15 from Corsair without a comment. And $7 from Tyler without a comment. Thanks so much for those donations. I would really love to see us hit that's 60 so that we can keep doing this.
Yeah, if I do
and,
60, I'm not actually gonna do like full ones like this, but
keep the-
so we
No,
can get
you
out of
will.
here. But
and just keep seeing Eevee's cuteness.
all right, I think that's enough for now.
Whatever just
Then.
happened there.
That was 9.
I don't think I've ever actually seen that.
That's what my cat does if I pet her too much.
I think that only happens when you pet the same spot repeatedly. Because I've never seen that. That scared me. Anyway,
You know what else is scary?
what?
Dang.
Whaler pet. It is scary though. There we go.
I knew it was gonna happen. And I was still not ready. And I was the one who did it. It's just so loud.
All right.
All right, May, you
to do
ready?
some voice acting?
I don't know what is this gonna be?
I guess I should technically say.
We're
it, but it
both
should be
about to
fine.
find out.
There she is. Sure. Ugh.
Ow.
Ow.
You were
were
hit by
Oh, this is.
This-
I can do
this-
this.
sorry, this is the stage
You were hit
direction.
by a low-flying Pokeball.
Oh, whoops. You're not a Pokemon. Sorry, it's so dark in here. I saw you and thought you were some kind of Pokemon. Well, nice to meet you. I'm Green. Hey, so hey, I'm just curious. Are you here because you're also looking for, something special? What? Right, Mewtwo. Trat, you already knew about it, huh? What? You already caught it? Hey, no fair. I was planning on catching it first.
And now we battle. The best part's after. Don't worry. So this is a kind of an annoying fight because Clefable has Light Screen and Moonblast to lower your special attacks. So the idea is I'm just going to set up a bunch and stall until Light Screen's gone and then just win the fight. I don't need to X speed. I naturally outspeed everything because I'm guaranteed to not be minus speed in nature. Do a little expend just for safety, but I don't even need it. It's just to stall out the Light Screen. So that's 1, 2, 3.
Do you need to be able to cycle? You get Moonblast.
No, you
last
only need
turn.
like +4.
Oh.
I'll go ahead and heal there then. 4. I guess I just heal again because I only need +4. Although actually you might need +6 against
Oh.
Blastoise, but it's fine because he fakes out. So
Ah.
he fake outs. Whatever. Let's go Clefable down. Yeah, Mewtwo's a really powerful Pokemon, by the way.
Yeah, it's absurd. So, Especially in a game with no dark types.
Especially
Right.
a game with no dark
Essentially no
types.
dark types.
The boy. That's a pretty accurate cry. That sounds
Yeah.
exactly the same as the game.
I feel like Gengar shouldn't see that.
Yeah, that's true.
Close your eyes, Gengar.
I'm also going to imagine that what Green was really trying to catch was the Wailord.
True.
I also have some...
Yeah, I just noticed. Go ahead.
Yes. So we have $50 from Sif Moonweaver saying, thanks for all the great runs. That
Oh,
Eevee
nice.
is cute. Let's donate for the pets and a great cause. And we also have reached $60,000.
Thank you all so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Guess I am joining you.
Thanks so much for that.
You better
And that
register
came-
now.
That
Oh, I
came
will.
from a donation of $422 from Cowboy saying 60?
60.
60.
60.
God, Mega Blastoise looks so dumb.
Agreed.
All right, so it always goes for fake out there unless it can kill you, but because we X special defends, it can never kill you. So it always fakes out there, so I use that turn to just guarantee the kill, but I'm pretty sure even +4 is enough to
All right, now I got to voice act more.
Yep.
Wow, you're strong.
That was a different octave from before.
Well, I guess that's that. Here, you can have these.
These are Mega Stones from Mewtwo.
Where'd you get those? Oh, I know. Why don't you come and become one of my Pokemon together with Mewtwo?
A Pokeball came flying at you. A Pokeball came flying at you.
Hee hee hee. What is this? Think about it, okay?
And yep, these are just Pokeballs in the ground.
What was that?
That's B Green, yeah. Thank you. That's, again, one of the weirdest cutscenes. Let me do some quick pets here.
51 more
Whoa.
pets. Oh, Eevee's mad.
not happy.
You promised something you can't deliver on.
Oh my god, it's actually not talking to me. What do you mean? It actually won't interact.
How do we fix this?
Let me escape rope and
Hold on.
Please press the button. Wow, I did not.
Are you not connected to the?
No, I'm not connected.
Oh
to
my
that.
god.
The only thing I can think of is just like traveling to
That's
try to
what
get
I
rid
would
of it.
think,
And if it
too.
doesn't, I don't want to hold up the marathon more. So I can physically pet Eevee, and we'll pet
Here.
pet the Pika and the Gengar a bunch. I am so sorry.
I'm
I
so
did not
sorry
think
for
that
the-
this was like a thing. Here, maybe this will fix. Maybe this will. Can I like candy it? No, I don't have any candy.
Maybe Pokemon Center might work?
Oh my god!
That works too.
He hates you. Oh, okay. Yay! Look how smug Eevee is.
There. You know what? Just for that, buddy. Here you go. All right. So I think we're at like 10 actual pets. So let's do. No.
And
One. Wait. One.
One,
Two.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But that's actually 20 because we did that before. 1, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Count along.
28.
28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. It's not like that. 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60.
Yes. All right. That's it for Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. Thank you all so much for watching. I stream a lot on Twitch, twitch.tv/Etchy. Definitely feel free to check that out, or my YouTube stuff. Feel free to follow Corvimae and Razor's Edge 7 as well. I would really appreciate it if you showed them support. Thank you all so much for watching, and stay tuned for more RPG Limit Break goodness.
And that was Etchy with Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, 80%, plus the green fight, plus a whole bunch of petting Eevee. Thanks so much for that run. And thanks so much to all of you for donating $60,000 so that we could see all of that. The next run in a little bit will be Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga DX. Any percent easy with run by Rough17. But, well, this is going to be the end of my time hosting. My name's Stump. It was great to be able to do this again, and we'll have a few ads, and then our next host, Mind, will be taking over. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the other side of the ads.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to RPG Limit Break 2024. My name is Salkuth Mind, and I am excited to be your host for this next run. Thank you, Stump, for that fantastic hosting for. And don't go away, anyone. We still have some great runs. I know it's getting late, but this next run is going to be an absolute star. You're not going to want to miss it. But of course, we are raising money here for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. They are the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization whose work is focused around three main pillars: education and support, awareness, and advocacy. What does that mean? Well, that means that via their 48 state offices and nearly 700 affiliates, NAMI offers a host of signature programs, presentations, and support groups that are available free of charge. This includes a national helpline that can provide information, resources, and a compassionate, understanding trained volunteer to support anyone who calls them. They do such incredible work and such important work as well. And we have some donations in here supporting that work. We have $25 from Jay Question, who says, "Loving the marathon and the great cause that you're raising money for. Thanks to all the runners, hosts, and staff making it possible." Thank you so much for your donation. And yes, a huge thank you to everyone who has made this entire week possible. And we have $100 from Iron Furs with no comment, but thank you so much for that donation. We are still getting ready for that next run, but I want to remind you all that we have a new batch of prizes that just opened up with this run. We have the Dragon Quest Mimic plush for a $10 minimum donation. Super cute. Looks kind of cuddly, but again, be careful with your mimics. Don't cuddle them too hard. We also have a Dragon Warrior 4 NES cartridge in a custom Necrosaro shell. Very, very cool looking for $50 donation. There's an RPG history book that got shown off earlier today during one of the praise segments. Looks very interesting. As someone who is not very familiar with the world of RPGs, would be a very interesting read if you're also like me. That's for a $10 minimum donation. And as well, we have the Trails of Cold Steel 4 Frontline Collector's Edition available for a $25 minimum donation. And of course, we still have our overall prizes as well. Is double check what our overall prizes are. It is late here. Apologies. For overall, we have the Buster Sword replica for a minimum of $250 cumulative across the entire event. Super cool sword. If you have not seen this sword yet, it is super, super cool. You are going to want to get this for that. And as well, if you saw the Pokemon run just before this, you got to see the Whale Lord plush, one of the co-commentators for that run. Very cute. One of the best commentators. And that is a minimum of $75 across the entire week. So of course, you can do all of that by typing !donate in chat and following link